This is a 100% loyalty snake presale. The high price intimidates everyone, but people are willing to go broke just to make a contract with it. Only you scoff at this kind of retail. Instead, you turned around and spent just $5,000 to buy a turtle presale with only 1% loyalty. Even when he saw you for the first time, he wanted to swallow you whole right then. But you didn't hesitate at all and made him your very first beast pet. All because you awakened the primal regression system. You can make spirit beasts with bloodline purity over 1%, regress into ancient, extinct, ferocious beasts. At the same time, both beast loyalty and compatibility are 100%. So now you take out a low-level contract symbol and prepare to forcefully contract the jade pattern spirit turtle before you. Unexpectedly, the spirit turtle fiercely resists, having no intention of accepting a poor kid like you as its master. After half an hour of mental suppression, the contract symbol successfully brands onto the spirit turtle's head. Congratulations to the host contract with Spirit Beast succeeded. Beast regression has been activated. The 10,000 Beast sword has been activated. Fairy tale has been activated. Ancient training ground has been activated. Initial gift, 1 bottle of regression elixir. You can now transform the extraordinary 1-star jade pattern spirit turtle into an extraordinary 2-star blood-marked barbaric turtle. But you clearly remember that after evolving, the spirit turtle should become a jade spirit turtle. What on earth is this blood-marked barbaric turtle? Did the system broadcast the wrong info? You then take out the retail illustrated handbook from school, planning to first check the stats of the jade spirit turtle. Jade spirit turtle, extraordinary 2-star, strength 50, speed 5, endurance 50, spirit 30. Evaluation, moves and reacts slowly. Moderate strength, gentle temperament, loyal and obedient to its master. Evolution ceiling, extraordinary 3-star emerald spirit turtle. You then open the system and begin checking the blood-marked barbaric turtle from regression evolution. Blood-marked barbaric turtle, extraordinary 2-star, strength 180, speed 60, endurance 150, spirit 80. It possesses extremely powerful strength and jaw force. Surprisingly fast movement and reaction speed, exceptional vitality and endurance, has a certain degree of self-healing ability, innate skill, blood ignition. The blood-marked barbaric turtle's blood is ignited, tripling its strength, speed, and defense. After seeing all this, you're just dumbfounded. Can this blood-marked barbaric turtle even be called a turtle? Even tigers as beast pets aren't this strong. So without any hesitation, you immediately use the regression elixir on the jade pattern spirit turtle. The turtle in the cage just got a lot bigger, and its shell turned a deep red color. While you wait for its regression, the class group chat at school bursts into life. Someone marvels. Wang Hao from class 2 spent $1 million getting an exceptionally gifted spirit snake. Then spent another $1 million on a purification elixir, purifying it into an extraordinary 2-star emerald spirit snake. My God, that's incredible. Those $2 million were worth it. He'll definitely be top 10 in the college entrance exam. 100% guaranteed entry into a top beast university. Lu Xiao from our class is even stronger, okay? He evolved an extraordinary 2-star crimson flame spirit fox. Strength 110 can smash a truck with a slap. What kind of monsters are these? Do outcasts like us at the bottom of extraordinary even have a chance on the entrance exam? Do we have any hope of passing anymore? While you watch their chat, you just smile calmly. Wang Hao's emerald spirit snake has strength 90. Liu Yaneri's crimson flame spirit fox has strength 110. Neither compares to your blood-marked barbaric turtle. With this regression system, all your spirit beasts can regress into ancient monsters. So they're nothing like the obedient pets they are now. No other spirit beast can compare. Whether or not you become the strongest beast tamer, at least you can get into a top school. Suddenly, a message pops up in the class group. My uncle works for the enforcer's office, and they just busted some illegal dealers selling rejected retails. They seized a list of buyers. Guess whose name is on that list? Everyone grows super curious at this moment. Who is this crazy fearless idiot? After all, those spirit beasts have extremely low loyalty. They're basically below the safety threshold. At best, you get hurt and waste your contract symbol. At worst, you die on the spot. It's not worth the risk. Right after, that classmate shares a picture of the list in the group chat. Yushu no, 1 High, Class 3, Year 3 Tiansheng. On May 12th, spent 5,000 yuan buying a 1% controlled jade pattern spirit turtle. The group chat goes dead silent instantly. You start getting nervous. How did the buyer list leak? Everyone in the group starts tagging Tiansheng like crazy. Are you already dead? At Tiansheng, your family is broke, but you still want to be a beast tamer? So of course you had to take a risk. Didn't this guy Awaken all attribute beast taming? That's such a waste of talent. Reading the flood of sarcastic comments, you just scoff. Laugh while you can. When the entrance exam comes, you'll see who the real loser is. Before long, someone else chimes in the group. Glad I broke up with him. Otherwise, I would have lost out to that bastard turtle freak. The speaker is your ex-girlfriend Liu Ryan. She cheated with Jiang Cheng's Liu family's young master Liu Yanrui, and then dumped you. That perv tried to take advantage of me before we broke up, wanted to get a hotel room with me, but I refused. The whole group bursts out laughing. Now you're seething with anger. Just to please Liu Yanrui, she's actually spreading rumors in the group. Back then, Liu Ryan nearly failed out of school. If you weren't a top student, tutoring her intensely, she might not have even graduated. You never once asked her to get a hotel room. It was always her offering to go as thanks for your help. But you turned her down every time. Now she ditched you for Liu Yanrui, who spent $1 million on her to buy an extraordinary 2-star light-feathered chick. So now she's become a second-level beast tamer. Everyone basically knows about this already. But no one mocks Liu Ryan for selling her body. They just think she's cunning. A total winner in life. Thinking about this makes you burn with frustration. So you start typing in the group, Liu Ryan, you can make up rumors now. But don't let me see you in the entrance exams. Everyone is stunned their main character actually showed up, and even dares to openly challenge her. All the second-level beast tamers start laughing like crazy. Tiansheng, what will you use to challenge Liu Ryan? That so-called beast of yours, the jade pattern spirit turtle? Wasn't that a discard you bought for 5,000 bucks? How about posting a picture for us all to see? Liu Ryan also posts a threat. I'm waiting for you. I'll have my light-feathered chick eat your jade pattern spirit turtle, so you'll never be able to get up again. You were about to type a comeback, when suddenly the system alert chimes in. Extraordinary 2-star blood-marked barbaric turtle regression complete. You instantly drop your phone and look at the iron cage. The iron cage is demolished outright. The blood-marked barbaric turtle's body has grown several times larger, with rough sharp spikes all over its shell. There's a wild glint in its eyes. Only then do you realize the barbaric turtle is way stronger now, but also seems much calmer. You try giving it a command. Whether it's stretching its head or wagging its tail, it immediately obeys without hesitation. It seems the wild turtle now follows commands 100%. This is the system's added talent. Even a wild turtle with ferocious beast blood can't help but submit. At this moment, you quickly cover your mouth. Ever since the ferocious beast gene got cut off, it's become absolutely forbidden for humans. There's even a rule stating that if any ferocious beast is found, it must be eliminated immediately to prevent future trouble. So your system must be kept absolutely secret. Then you continue to check the system functions. You find that the Ancient Realm training ground is grayed out, and the requirement to unlock it is 10,000 per session. Upon opening it, you realize this is actually a place similar to actual beast taming combat training. In reality, training grounds booked in advance are very expensive. Each session costs over 100,000. If that's the case, 10,000 really isn't expensive. After all, real-world combat training in the Ancient Realm is very useful. It's one of the 3 assessments in the entrance exam. The first test assesses beast qualification and compatibility. The second assessment is for the beast level. The third is real combat, which is also the most brutal one. Every year, quite a few spirit beasts die in these tests. There are two ways to gain combat experience. One way is to fight in real forbidden zones, but that's way too dangerous. Barely a 1 in 10 chance of survival. The second way is to go to an artificial spirit beast combat training ground. These can also provide plenty of hands-on training for beastmasters. But as the exam approaches, during this period, wealthy students have already booked all the training grounds in advance. So you must first find a way to earn 10,000 to unlock the Ancient Realm training ground and improve your own battle skills. You then arrive at the Zhangcheng Guild, preparing to do some basic tasks for pay, such as beast sales or taming work. But after searching for a long time, you only find tasks for beast combat trainers. Usually these are requested by students facing the big exam, who want to earn a good ranking, but can't afford the beast combat training grounds, so they hire combat trainers instead. You quickly pick the highest paying one among them. This task is absolutely perfect for you. You immediately accept the task. Then you head to the place for processing paperwork. A woman in her early 20s welcomes you, but her expression turns weird when she sees the task. Are you really sure about this? The client is a beastmaster at your same level, so you won't have an overwhelming advantage. You can't guarantee the safety of your own beast. You nod confidently. I've made up my mind. At this, the receptionist hesitates a bit, but remembering the task has been posted for a while, and no one's fit the requirements for some time, with the client getting anxious, and the person's identity is extremely prestigious, something she can't afford to offend. Thinking this, the woman stamps her approval. You then leave the guild and head to the designated location. She watches you leave and sighs softly. You're already the 13th person to take this task. Hope he makes it back safely. When you arrive at the task location, you're stunned by the luxurious manner. Turns out the client is from a wealthy family. You quickly put on a black robe to hide your identity. After all, the client is likely a student from Noan High School. The guard then leads you inside the manor. Suddenly you smell a bloody scent. It's the smell of spirit beast blood, and definitely more than just one or two. The guard intentionally or unintentionally reveals, you're the 13th to take over. All the previous beastmasters suffered a lot. But before he finishes his sentence, he's forced to the ground by a strong aura. A female warrior walks over. Is it your place as a servant to speak about Mrs. Business? Her armor is obviously very valuable, and her ki and blood are radiating outward. At least a level 4 warrior. She then brings you to the training ground. The smell here is even more pungent. Your heart starts pounding nervously. On the other side of the training ground, a girl holding a short sword looks over. You instantly recognize. The other person is Su Qing, the school beauty and top student. A genius who awakened all beast attributes. Her father is also the ruler of an entire province, governing 22 major cities, with a population in the millions. But nobody knows why Su Qing came to a small place like Jiangcheng. There's no way someone like her would have simple beasts. At that thought, you turn to leave, but are immediately blocked by the female guard. Once you've accepted the task, you must participate. Helpless, you turn back and face Su Qing. Could you go easy on me? But Su Qing flicks her finger lightly, and a bank card, sharp as a blade, flies past your cheek and sticks in the doorframe. There's 1,000,000 on this card. If your spirit beast dies on the spot, you can take the card. She's truly Princess Su, incredibly generous. But when Su Qing across from you hears her nickname, she frowns instantly. Knowing you've been recognized, you quickly cover your mouth, not daring to speak. At this moment, the female guard brings in another person. The next trainer has also arrived. It turns out to be Wang Hao from Class 2. Didn't expect he took the task too. You politely move aside, offering to let him go first. Wang Hao gives you a disdainful look and steps into the training ground. Suddenly, the emerald forest snake appears. Its green scales, Look tough with strong defense. Then Su Cheng summons her own beast. As the beast space flashes, a beautifully shaped fox steps out. It shines with a strange 9-colored glow. Both you and Wang Hao's faces change at once. 9-colored fox. A top-grade beast ranked 33rd on the Heavenly Beast list. Of the 3,600 known beasts, they are divided into 4 lists: Heavenly, Earth, Mystic, and Emperor. Among all beasts, only the top 100 qualified make it to the Heavenly list. And 33rd is true elite among elites. Su Cheng points right at you. You two can attack together. Unexpectedly, Wang Hao refuses. I don't need to team up with anyone. I want to fight you one-on-one. Hearing this, the female guard presses a button. The training ground starts to shift. In an instant, it turns into a dense forest. Seeing this terrain, Wang Hao is thrilled. After all, the jungle is the forest snake's home turf. Under Wang Hao's command, the spirit snake hides in the woods. While the 9-colored fox searches for it, the forest snake suddenly attacks. With a light jump, the 9-colored fox dodges easily. Its 9-colored tails morph into tail blades and shoot out instantly, sweeping across. In a flash, the forest snake is torn to shreds. Wang Hao quickly orders the spirit beast to dodge, but the forest snake curls up tightly instead. That's a textbook case of zero trust between them. The spirit beast will disregard the beastmaster's orders and start following its own instincts. Wang Hao quickly admitted defeat when he saw this. But Su Cheng was completely unmoved. The 9-colored fox ruthlessly attacked the emerald spirit snake until the snake lost consciousness and fainted. The tail dagger stopped at the snake's vital spot. The outcome was decided. Considering you're taking the entrance exam soon, I'll spare your beast. Su Cheng's cold voice came through. Wang Hao collapsed to his knees in despair. The emerald spirit snake can't heal anytime soon. His entrance exam hopes are ruined. Then Su Cheng looked over at you. You formed a seal and summoned the blood-striped savage turtle. When she saw the savage turtle, Su Cheng was first surprised, then a little disappointed. This beast's quality is even lower than the emerald spirit snake. Wu Ye told the guild to increase screening efforts. Don't send just anything my way. The queen saw it was a spirit turtle and began to gloat as well. Even if you have a turtle-type beast, it won't withstand the attacks in pre-sale. It'll just end up worse than my emerald spirit snake. Hearing these remarks, you felt a bit annoyed. You won't know until we actually fight. As the savage turtle entered the training arena, it didn't bother hiding. Instead, it swaggered right up to the 9-colored fox. The fox's tail dagger slashed down, causing sparks to fly off the turtle's shell. But it only left a faint white mark. You breathed a sigh of relief. Looks like the shell is sturdier than you expected. Su Cheng showed rare surprise. As the 9-colored fox kept attacking, time ticked by. Suddenly, watching the clock, you had a realization. You didn't need to do anything, and could still earn 10,000 in an hour. Just let it drag on for now. After 2 hours, the 9-colored fox was totally worn out. A human-like look of confusion appeared on its face. But the savage turtle inside the shell was still at the same spot, like it just took a nap. At this moment, Su Cheng looked pale. The intense battle drained his mental energy. But the bond with the 9-colored fox increased. Suddenly, Su Cheng ordered your beast to move. I want a fierce battle. You were busy tallying money at that moment, having already earned nearly 30,000. When you heard Su Cheng's words, you were naturally reluctant. The task never said you had to fight. What if I knock out your 9-colored fox? Then the training session would end. Su Cheng laughed, exasperated. Knock it out? You think you can? All right, if you defeat the 9-colored fox even once, I'll give you an extra 100,000. Hearing this, your eyes lit up. Are you serious? Su Cheng was now fired up, pouting as she shouted, I always mean what I say. All right, let's make 1,000,000 first. You hyped up the spirit turtle, calling out confidently. Su Cheng felt like coughing up blood at your words. Let's see if your shell or your mouth is tougher. The biggest advantage of turtle-type beast is defense. Dare you attack? It'll definitely end up worse than my emerald spirit snake. You completely ignored her remarks. Cute Wang Hao was instantly red with anger. At this moment, your blood-striped savage turtle crawled out onto the field. Its fierce appearance instantly stunned Su Qing and the nine-colored fox. For some reason, your turtle pre-sale seems different from regular retail. It's more like a fierce beast type, but that's not your concern. You smiled slightly. The nine-colored fox began darting through the jungle. As it circled behind the savage turtle, the blood-striped savage turtle suddenly moved. It spun around fast and slashed toward the back with tearing claws, hitting the nine-colored fox hard. Sparks exploded everywhere. At the same time, the turtle started charging wildly. With overwhelming momentum, it caught up to the fox instantly. Su Qing and the fox were both stunned. Is this a lightning turtle? Or did we just not get enough sleep? Wang Hao's mouth dropped in shock. What the heck is this? Su Qing hurriedly reminded the nine-colored fox about speed. But it was already too late. When the claw hit the fox, it was sent flying. It crashed through several trees before stopping. Yet the blood-striped savage turtle didn't stop attacking. It opened its large mouth ready for a furious bite. The fox quickly dodged, as a tree trunk over a meter wide was bitten clean through. Wang Hao was dumbfounded at that moment. Is this even a turtle, not a savage tiger with a shell? The ferocious attacks made him feel unstoppable. Now the turtle kept chasing the nine-colored fox. It was about to catch up again. Su Qing immediately commanded the fox to use its innate skill, Enchanted Blade. At the same time, the fox's tail dagger was infused with a red glow and fire element enchantment. You instantly realized this is why the nine-colored fox ranks top, because it can channel magic power, namely 9 types like wind, fire, lightning, etc. When its tail struck the turtle's shell, a burn mark was instantly scorched. Su Qing saw the attack succeed and breathed a sigh of relief. The fox's enchantment deals 30% mental damage. Such pain is unbearable for most beasts. They all break free from the Beastmaster's control. As long as the opponent escapes the training arena, she'd win. Most Beastmasters would now comfort their beast, though they know pressure isn't a good tactic. But you gritted your teeth and shouted, "Hold on! Tear it apart!" The savage turtle charged at the fox through the flames, ignoring the heat, and bit into the nine-colored fox. Then activated the skill, Furious Bite, slamming the nine-colored fox repeatedly into the ground. Su Qing was completely shocked. Since the fox evolved to Supernatural 2-star, it's never been beaten so badly by another beast of the same level. The female guard quickly announced the training session was over. All right, stop. Just as you gave the order, the savage turtle tossed the nine-colored fox out of the arena. Wang Hao quickly grabbed his bank card and snuck away quietly. That was terrifying. Never seen a turtle so fierce. Better hope Su Qing doesn't turn on me afterward. Drag me into it. You looked at Su Qing without a hint of politeness. That counts as my win, right? Su Qing nodded. Let the female guard settle payment. She hurried over to check the fox's injuries. Seeing the battered nine-colored fox, Su Qing couldn't hold back her tears. When you received your reward of 130,000, you could hardly believe it. No wonder they say Beastmasters make good money. Then you prepared to leave with the money. But as soon as you turned around, a voice sounded from behind. You want to leave? You were immediately alarmed. Are you from pre-sale No.1? Or a teacher leading a class? You quickly admitted as she asked. How did you know? You could even guess that? After all, from Su Qing's perspective, none of the students have this kind of strength. Seeing this, Su Qing quickly asked, Are you coming again tomorrow? Upon hearing that, you breathed a sigh of relief. Turns out she's afraid you won't show up tomorrow. You thought she was going to settle scores with you later. Just as you were pondering, Su Qing assumed you were hesitating. This kind of practical training is a huge boost for him. Plus, it's rare to have such powerful spirit beasts of the same level. She can pay you more. 20,000 per hour. 10 hours of real combat training per day. How about it? You were instantly stunned. That's 200,000 a day. This presale master sure makes money fast. Seeing you unmoved, Su Qing called out again. If that's not enough, I can raise it to 30,000 per hour. You agreed right away. That's 300,000 a day. That's 9 million a month. From now on, forget presale. I could even buy a wife for Man Turtle without a second thought. You then hurried back home. Today you helped Nine-Tailed Fox improve its combat skills. But Man Turtle also needs to get stronger. The opponent underestimated you today. But tomorrow they'll be prepared, so it'll be even harder to deal with? Next, you open the system, eager to experience the ancient street training grounds. After spending 10,000 on a ticket, a system prompt appeared. The training ground allows you to travel to any ancient world. The older the training ground, the more dangerous it is, but the rewards get better too. Soon, many training grounds were listed one after another. You carefully chose the first one, ancient sword. In an instant, you were sucked into another dimension. You saw red clouds densely covering the sky. The surroundings were filled with a desolate atmosphere. At the same time, the system prompted that the training ground's difficulty was level 1 star. Defeat 10 ancient fierce tiger beasts. Reward, extraordinary 1 star. Ancestral skill progress, +1 fairy tale attempt. Beastmaster's strength +10. Spirit +5. Speed +3. Endurance +3. Presale strength +20. Spirit +5. Speed +5. Endurance +5. Seeing the rewards, your eyes lit up. Your strength is only at 10 points right now. After completing the task, you'll reach 30 points. Wouldn't that make you even stronger than a first-rank warrior? Thinking this, you eagerly searched for the fierce tiger beasts. As a roar echoed from afar, a fierce tiger beast spotted you in its territory. You immediately commanded Man Turtle to attack. He charged forward like a tank. The fierce tiger beast moved nimbly, and it had skills, Tiger Roar Wave and Ferocious Tiger Strike. Man Turtle also had Furious Bite. After some probing attacks, Man Turtle bit the fierce tiger beast's neck. Then Furious Bite was activated. The fierce tiger beast was successfully taken down. Ding! Fierce tiger beast defeated. Blood Pattern Man Turtle gained 10 experience points. Battle willpower increased by 10%. You obtained 1 fierce tiger beast tooth and a beast claw, +3 skill books. Ferocious Tiger Strike. There was even a skill book included. You quickly opened it to check. You found out it only had a 7% drop chance. You really got lucky this time. Skill books are worth hundreds of thousands right now. Even though it's not a perfect fit for Man Turtle, you still let him learn the skill. After half an hour of hunting, you successfully defeated 10 fierce tiger beasts. After collecting the task rewards, you could clearly feel yourself twice as strong. It felt just like you had become a warrior. Right after that, you were teleported out. Once outside, you checked the time. You realized you'd spent a whole 5 hours inside. But only 5 minutes passed outside. The time flow is actually different inside and outside. For now, you're still not sure if the ancient world is real. What happens if you die inside? Afterward, you bought another ticket. Remaining ticket purchases for today, 1. Looks like you can only enter the training ground 3 times a day. Finally, you bought the last ticket as well. This time, upon entering, you saw 2 options appear before your eyes. Option 1, Ancient World Difficulty, level 1 star rewards halved. Option 2, Primeval World Difficulty, level 2 star rewards doubled. Thanks to your success last time, you decisively chose option 2. After a scene change, you again entered the ancient world. This time, the presale rewards were clearly boosted. While the Beastmaster's rewards were unchanged, they were basically like getting an expensive blood key pill. The boost it brought. Next, you looked at the Shadow Wolf's profile. You found its combat power was even lower than Fierce Tiger Beast, so the difficulty didn't increase much. But when you checked its lifestyle, you couldn't help but gasp. Shadow Wolves are famous for their teamwork. They hunt with precise coordination. When a Shadow Wolf pack goes all out, even elite spirit beasts become their prey. Just as you were paralyzed with fear, Suddenly, quick-moving noises came from every direction. It was like a giant net closing in on you. You instantly realized you were surrounded. Usually, by the time you hear them, it's already the pack's final kill moment. Man-Turtle immediately started charging straight ahead, trying to bulldoze his way out of there. But 7 or 8 shadow wolves rushed in fast. Man-Turtle seized the chance and bit one to death. Defeating Shadow Wolf drops attribute, speed +5. Attributes can even drop as loot. You quickly added it to Man-Turtle's stats panel. But immediately more shadow wolves kept leaping at you. Some bit at the neck, others went for the hind legs. Man-Turtle fought back and killed a few. Got another dropped attribute, but after adding 5, he collapsed. You were also mauled to death by the pack. Screaming, you opened your eyes and found your body was still intact. The pain just now felt so real. You took a moment before looking at the clock on the wall. Only 1 minute had passed in the real world. So you wasted 10,000 on a ticket. There's only one last ticket left. You obediently chose Ancient Sword. Then, in 3 hours, you succeeded. Finished the quest. Early the next morning, you arrived at the manor. Su Qing was already waiting there today. She greeted you respectfully. Teacher, I'm counting on you for today's training. Then, both of you summoned your spirit beasts. Immediately, you noticed something was off. Nine-tailed fox was different from yesterday. Though it hadn't activated its talent skill yet, there was a burning sensation like fire. Nine-tailed fox just learned a fire-type magic skill book yesterday. You finally understood. No wonder she seemed so much stronger after just 1 day. You couldn't help but admire how rich the campus flower is. A magic skill book is way more expensive than a regular one. And skill books for beast masters aren't meant for random skill learning, but to shorten the time needed to master a skill. For example, Nine-tailed fox is naturally good at magic. Normally, it'd take 3 to 5 years to learn one. But with a skill book, she can master it quickly. Of course, the matching skill book is insanely expensive. But you didn't lose your composure at all. Yesterday, Man-Turtle also made great progress. After the arena transformed into a training ground, both spirit beasts entered together. Today, the 9-colored fox quickly used its speed to create distance. After all, its agility is as high as 130 points. At its peak, it can reach over 180 points. But Man-Turtle can barely manage 70 right now. He can't even touch the opponent's shadow. Then, the 9-colored fox attacked with its tail blade. It directly slashed Man-Turtle's shell. A crack even appeared in the shell. Man-Turtle's entire body suddenly stiffened. He suffered excruciating pain mentally. Because you are telepathically linked to Man-Turtle, you know how seriously injured he is right now. And this was only from one slash. What kind of skill did this 9-colored fox learn to have such a massive increase in power? At that moment, the campus belle smiled and spoke. The skill 9-colored fox learned is called Fire Slash. Hearing the name, you were startled. Fire Slash is a top-tier spell on the Sky rankings. It's extremely powerful as a magic skill, and also outrageously expensive. After all, it's a skill refined from high-level spirit beasts. Every book used means there's one less left. No wonder the power increase was so drastic. The 9-colored fox in the arena kept attacking Man-Turtle wildly. Because of the intense mental torment, he couldn't move at all at that moment. With a single thought, you immediately had Man-Turtle use his innate skill, Blood Soak. In an instant, blood poured from Man-Turtle's wounds, forming a blood mist around his body. He was enveloped by it. At the same time, an energy ring appeared around him. A heavy scent of blood filled the air. Seeing this scene, Su Qing and the female guard were both shocked. In this state, Man-Turtle had gone from savage to downright ferocious. Su Qing quickly reminded the 9-colored fox not to let its guard down. But all of Man-Turtle's stats had tripled. His speed even reached over 190. He charged straight at the 9-colored fox, rampaging all the way forward. The 9-colored fox was instantly terrified. It desperately tried to shake off Man-Turtle behind it. But Man-Turtle didn't take any detours. Plus, the training ground isn't even that big. A few seconds later, he slammed the 9-colored fox into the ground. Then he opened his huge, bloody mouth, preparing to bite through its neck. I give up, stop. These two voices rang out almost simultaneously. The berserk turtle, who had been going wild just a second ago, suddenly froze in place like a statue. The 9-colored fox was trembling under him. Su Qing's face had turned completely pale with fear. This is nothing like the outcome he expected. He thought that after the 9-colored fox mastered Fire Slash, she would easily dominate the spirit turtle. He never expected it would push the spirit turtle into a total frenzy, almost wiping out the 9-colored fox. At this moment, you look at Su Qing and ask seriously, aren't we just doing combat training? Why use magical skills like Fire Slash? If this was a real battlefield, you and the 9-colored fox would both be dead now. Su Qing nodded after a moment of silence. I understand. I just wanted to win, that's all. So don't use any trump cards. How about we stick to standard combat training first? Su Qing nodded in agreement. She accepted. You secretly let out a sigh of relief. Because Berserk Turtle's blood burn is on cooldown and can't be used again for 12 hours. If she kept using Fire Slash, the Spirit Turtle really wouldn't stand a chance. After that, Su Qing started applying healing medicine to the 9-colored fox. You watched as the 9-colored fox's wounds healed quickly. You looked at the Berserk Turtle eagerly in front of you, who also gave a pitiful look at the 9-colored fox. Su Qing noticed the Berserk Turtle's injuries and proactively handed over the healing medicine. Go ahead and treat him too. You looked down at the blue medicine bottle in your hand. It looked exactly the same as those displayed in the retail store window. The price tag is a whopping 120,000. The Berserk Turtle looked at you expectantly. Give it to me quick. Give it to me quick. If you wait any longer, my wounds will actually heal on their own. But you quickly put it away instead. You could sell this stuff for 80,000 at least. It'd just be a waste to feed it to the Berserk Turtle. Su Qing saw your little maneuver, but didn't say anything about it. After the 9-colored fox finished healing and was back at full health, the wounds on the Berserk Turtle were also mostly healed. Su Qing was clearly surprised. Your Spirit Turtle's self-healing is really impressive. You scratched your head and smiled embarrassedly. Ever since people started calling you teacher, you've kind of started to like the feeling. Next, you two trained hard for over 9 hours. Afterward, you were both left gasping for air. Even though it looked like only the spirit beasts were fighting, the trainer's mental and physical stamina were also heavily drained. You felt exhausted physically, but actually pretty happy. On the surface, it looks like you're helping Su Qing train, but actually she's also helping you and the Berserk Turtle get real practice. And the best part? She's paying for it. After the training session, the female guard handed you today's payment, a whole 400,000. Back at the beginning, the Berserk Turtle had actually managed to defeat the 9-colored fox once, so the pay was bumped up by 100,000. After thanking them, you turned and left, exhausted. Su Qing and the female guard watched you disappear into the night. The female guard suddenly asked, Sis, do you really think he's a teacher at No. 1 High? He kind of moves a bit recklessly sometimes. And if he really is a teacher at No. 1 High, shouldn't he be a veteran Beastmaster? Yet he only brought out a 2-star extraordinary beast for the training. After a whole day of training, I can understand you being tired. But why would he be this exhausted too? Su Qing paused for a moment. Yeah, if he was a veteran Beastmaster, his mental strength should be way higher than mine. Spending a day with just a 2-star extraordinary Beastmaster shouldn't be tiring for him at all. So why does he seem so worn out? The female guard instantly asked, Miss, should I look into him and find out who he really is? Su Qing thought it over, then shook her head slightly. No need. Who he is doesn't matter. What's important is that training with him is helping both me and the 9-colored fox a lot. Besides, there's no way he's the same age as me. None of those guys are stronger than me. Elsewhere, completely unaware, you returned home and launched today's Ancient Sword Training Ground. 3 attempts, all used on the 1-star difficulty ancient sword. But today's trial really got you thinking. What exactly is the Five Realms training ground? It really doesn't feel like a virtual gaming world. Because yesterday's cleared territory never respawned the Thunderclaw beast, and even yesterday's battle marks were still there. Plus, other Thunderclaw beasts came by to check things out, leaving footprints and traces behind. But you died yesterday during the Shadow Wolf mission, yet could come back to life in the real world perfectly fine. And today, when you were farming Thunderclaw beasts, you randomly got a drop, an obedience serum, which increases presale obedience by 3%, only for extraordinary beasts below 2 stars. That was a lucky surprise. But honestly, it's no use to you. Not sure why the training ground dropped that item at all. Just as you were still puzzling over it, your phone suddenly pinged with a new message. Everyone in the group was talking about changes to today's graduation exam rules. Usually, the third test is practical combat, but this year it's changed to entering the Forbidden Wasteland and surviving against wild spirit beasts. That news was like a bolt from the blue. Wild spirit beasts have tons of real battle experience, so for students taking the big exam, it's basically a death sentence. Then one classmate suddenly spoke up. No wonder the combat training fields are packed this year. Feels like lots of people heard the news early. That made a lot of people realize what was going on. But even more were left wondering why the sudden change. Someone in the know replied, "It's because the Advanced Beastmaster Academy just got a new principal.
He said if you're not training for real combat as a Beastmaster,
it's a total waste of resources." And there's some other big news too. The top students in the annual exams always get immigration quotas. And this year Jiangcheng got allocated a few more. So some big city students will be taking the exams as Jiangcheng students. The source is Wang Kaksuan, whose uncle works in law enforcement in Jiangcheng. So he literally hears things nobody else knows about. You started to suspect it might be true. Chances are everything he said is spot on. Training in the Forbidden Zone has never been part of the big exam before. But the combat training grounds are all fully booked already, so the only thing you could rely on was today's new finding, to do practical training, which is that there's a bug with the Ancient Realm training ground. Previous year's exams were just battles with classmates, but this year the real test is deep in the Forbidden Zone. Everyone says entering the Forbidden Zone is a real life or death trial. It's basically a killing ground for geniuses. But honestly, you're pretty happy about it, because you found a loophole in the system. As long as you don't finish the tasks in the Ancient Realm training ground, you can keep fighting in real combat for as long as you want. Even if you spend thousands of hours training inside, only a few hours pass in the real world. So you're planning to start your own special boot camp before the big exam. Each day you'll spar with the school beauty, Su Qing, doing high-intensity practice for 10 hours. At night, you and Man Turtle enter the Ancient Realm training ground. You purposely avoid the mission target, the Lee Tiger Beast. Instead, you look for other fierce beasts for real combat. As long as you don't die even once, you can fight hard in there for over half a month. So Man Turtle can increase his strength by 30 points every day. Even if a rich kid feeds Ki and blood pills to their Jade Beast every day, they still can't keep up with your and Man Turtle's growth rate. A week later, you earned over 10 million from Su Qing. The first thing you want to do is treat your foster father's illness. In order to send you to school, he spent his days hunting fierce beasts in the demon den to make money. He ended up being infected by the demon den's blood poison. So the first thing you want to do with your money is to completely cure your foster father's blood poison. When you call a provincial-level hospital, the doctor finds out the blood poison is already in stage 3, but tells you there's basically no cure at the moment. That answer hits you like a bolt from the blue. How much do you want? 10 million or 20 million? As long as there's a cure, I can come up with any amount. The doctor feels helpless too. There's still hope in stage 1 or 2, but there's nothing they can do for stage 3. Then the conversation takes a turn. Unless it's the healing beast at the Advanced Beast Taming Academy. It can completely cure blood poison. But that beast tamer holds a very high position. If you can somehow get them to help, your father still has a chance. Hearing this, you quickly wipe away your tears. Looks like the only way is to get into the Advanced Beast Taming Academy, so you might have a chance to meet that person. During the last month, you and Su Qing train every day. 1 week before the final entrance exam, Su Qing says she's going to the real combat training ground. So your partner drills with her come to an end? You feel a little regretful as well. After all, once the entrance exam is over, you two will become parallel lines that never intersect. During this time, you use a bug to stay in the ancient realm training ground. This generation has a total of 600 days. Man Turtle's strength has soared to over 1,000 points, so he can repeatedly overpower the 9-colored fox. Your strength has also broken through to above 60 points. You've already far surpassed the spirit of a first-rank warrior. At the same time, you broke through the 50-point threshold. Because for humans, improving mental strength is much harder than increasing physical strength. So breaking 50 within 3 years is extremely fast. After all, as long as your mental power exceeds 50, you can unlock another pre-sale contract slot. A second retail contract. Afterward, you plan to buy another retail pet. When you arrive at the retail center, a sales lady rushes over to assist you. Handsome, what's your pre-sale talent? I can help introduce you to some options. You casually reply. Any attribute is fine. But your answer makes her stiffen slightly. Could it be you have an all-attribute pre-sale talent? Many people in the store turn to look at you. After realizing what's going on, you say awkwardly, just show me some of the cheaper retail options. The sales lady brings you to another area. This one's already the cheapest. It only has a 72% controllability rating. It's pretty dangerous. I don't recommend you buy it. Looking at this pre-sale, you feel a bit troubled. Is there anything even cheaper? She looks you up and down. Her interest quickly fades. Don't say I didn't warn you. 72% controllability is just the safety threshold. Anything cheaper is pretty much all rejects. You could lose control over them. With no other choice, you go to look elsewhere. Because those retail pets with the right controllability are all considered unqualified by the system. Their bloodline purity can't even reach 1%, so they aren't eligible for atavistic modification at all. That means you can only buy those cheap, rejected retail pets. Then you pull up some sales messages on your phone. After contacting a few sellers, you finally reach someone. The person immediately asks for 5,000 yuan, trying to sell you a retail pet with 40% controllability. But you refuse right away, because you only want something under 10% controllability. The seller doesn't care what happens to you, and quickly ships out the goods. When you get home, you see a black cage left at your door. As you approach, a dark shadow leaps at you instantly. Inside, you find it's actually a panda beast. Apparently, this is a rather ancient spirit beast. These days, they're usually bred to look cute. Most people just keep them as pets. But luckily, its bloodline purity is over 1%. You then use your strong mental power to form a direct contract with it. You contract a transcendent 1-star panda beast. It has the potential to reverse evolve into a transcendent 2-star rampaging iron eater. Usually, panda beasts evolve into a transcendent 2-star form. Moonlight Panda. You finally open the Moonlight Panda's handbook entry. Moonlight Panda, transcendent level 2-star. Features: has a soft coat of white fur, looks friendly on the outside, and has no aggressiveness. At night, its eyes can absorb the power of moonlight. Evolution Cap, elite 2-star night panda beast. Battle characteristics: support type spirit beast. Can use moonlight to reflect healing energy, to heal itself or its allies' wounds. Possesses decent night vision. Agility increases 3-fold under moonlight. Finally, the 4-dimensional attributes. Next, you open the Rampaging Iron Eater's handbook entry. Level: transcendent level 2-star. Large build, with a robust and powerful physique. Its skin is as tough as iron, enabling it to withstand a certain amount of attacks. At night, its eyes glow red. Battle characteristics. Iron skin as hard as steel. Has very high resistance to physical attacks. Berserk power. Can unleash tremendous strength during combat. Destructive power is astonishing. Iron stone fangs. Has fangs sharp enough to bite through metal. Easily tears through enemy armor. Skill. Iron roar. Rampaging Iron Eater lets out an earth-shaking roar. Its sound waves are infused with spiritual power, creating a sonic shockwave. It deals both physical and psychological blows to enemies. Enemies lose fighting ability for a short period. Iron Fist Frenzy. When enraged, the Iron Beast eats enough iron elements to enter a frenzy state. Defense soars, while attack speed and power are greatly enhanced. Every attack carries an iron-blooded aura, weakening the enemy's defense and causing ongoing damage. Lastly, the explosive four-dimensional attributes. Seeing this status panel, you almost burst out laughing. No wonder it's called an ancient beast. This guy's starting stats are already stronger than the brute turtle. It's probably even more ancient than the bloodline brute turtle. Then you use atavistic fluid on the panda beast. The next day, the big exam begins. Everyone gathers outside the city as required. Surprisingly, the security is handled by the Flame Dragon Task Force today. They're the elite force of the Jiangzhou Demon Suppression Army. Their selection process is extremely tough. And they're the best of the best. A classmate who knows explains nearby. I heard the Flame Dragon Task Force cleared all spirit beasts above Transcendent 2-star level from the exam area. Actually, you're still a bit worried. It's hundreds of hectares big. Is it possible there isn't even one left? Soon, the principal comes on stage to encourage the students taking the big exam. But just as the principal steps off, another masked examiner comes up. Who knows how many of you will come out alive? As soon as he says this, all the students are seized with fear. He then pulls out a flag, announcing that some flags have been placed in the exam area. You need to form teams of 7 and find 8 flags. The first team to find all the flags passes the big exam. The students immediately start buzzing. That relies way too much on luck. You also frown slightly, because it's not just about luck. If you know in advance where the flags are, it would be easy to win. It's highly prone to cheating. The masked official announces again, Requirement 1, you must complete this as a team. Individual work won't be counted. Requirement 2, for the team's pre-sold pets or pre-sale masters, you can't lose over half. Otherwise, it's considered a mission failure, and the entire team is disqualified. Once the rules are announced, students start looking for teammates. Teamwork is the top priority. Your team's members should be as strong as possible. Strong members provide support and also security for the team. By now, a group has already gathered around Liu Yanrui. They're all trying to get him to join their team. But Liu Yanrui has a contemptuous smile on his face. And yet, no one wants to team up with you. After all, the story of you buying a rejected retail pet is all over school. You've become the acknowledged deadweight. Suddenly, a voice comes from behind. Please, you absolutely have to join my team. You see a slick-back kid waving at you. That's the school's know-it-all Wang Kaksuan. He's the one who leaked your purchase of a rejected pet. Wang Kaksuan has a bit of influence, but he's not as wild as Liu Yanrui. Plus, he comes from the wealthiest family in Jiang City, the youngest generation of the Wang family. You look over, confused. What do you mean? A few teammates next to him frown and ask, Wang Kaksuan, you ignored everyone else. Why did you specifically choose him? His retail skills are outdated. But Wang Kaksuan didn't pay any attention to the others. I've turned down a lot of people along the way. I came straight to you because I was looking for you. Hearing this, you know he means no harm. There's no way he'd come over just to mess with you. So you nodded, agreeing to form a team together. But Fang Anhe next to you wasn't happy. Why are you inviting him? His outdated retail skills will only drag us down. Fang Anhe is Liu Ryan's best friend. Earlier, when you two were together, she always greeted you with a smile. Now her attitude toward you has completely changed. The other three didn't say anything, but their eyes showed they agreed with Fang Enhe. Wang Kaxuan grinned at the team and said, "My brother is a big shot. You guys don't know anything." Wang Kaxuan, how can you talk like that? Do you believe I'll have Liu Ryan's boyfriend, Liu Yanrui, teach you a lesson? Wang Kaxuan's smile disappeared instantly. You keep calling him young Master Liu. Did their team even invite you? Do you believe I'll kick you out of the team right now? Hearing that, Fang Anhe wisely stayed quiet. Then Wang Kaxuan grabbed your arm. Come on, don't just stand there. Let's go find the next teammate. Who's next? You're a bit puzzled. Wang Kaxuan kept you guessing and didn't tell you. He then led you through the crowd, to the busiest area. Through the wall of people, you only saw a girl surrounded by everyone. She was wearing a JK skirt and a jacket. She was stunningly beautiful. You couldn't look away. She was the campus queen, Su Qing. You saw Liu Yanrui also inviting Su Qing. Teammate, you felt uncertain. Su Qing is super popular. Do you think we can win her over? Wang Kaxuan chuckled. How would we know if we don't try? You spent a month cosplaying as a teacher to train the cold school belle. Not only did she call you teacher sweetly every day, she also served you tea and water daily. You were daily indulged in the school belle's peerless beauty, and incidentally, you made tens of millions in training fees from her. Unbeknownst to you, Wang Kaxuan had set a sweet trap for you. On the day of the big exam, your identity was discovered by the school belle. However, she didn't come to settle accounts with you. Instead, she intentionally eliminated those who mocked you from the exam. At this moment, you arrived along with your team, inviting the school belle, Su Qing, to join the squad. To everyone's surprise, the meta-tier Liu Yanrui stood right in front of her. Student Su Qing, trust me, our team is your best choice. Liu Yanrui's sincere words rang out, but Su Qing looked indifferent, as if she were waiting for something. Seeing this, Wang Kaxuan immediately walked over. Student Su Qing, why don't you consider joining us? I can even provide a piece of secret intelligence. Liu Yanrui saw this and looked toward your team. Seeing you there, he immediately frowned. Liu Ryan, standing beside him, looked at you with a face full of disdain. I can't believe you bought a rejected spirit beast and still have the guts to participate in the big exam. You let out a light chuckle and retorted, do you still remember what I said back then? You'd better hope I don't run into you during the exam. Liu Ryan, being threatened in public, was instantly furious. I wouldn't even want that green patterned spirit turtle of yours for soup. And you think you can stand against my light-feathered bird? Liu Yanrui now also threatened Tian Sheng. You're out of luck. It's normal for people to die during the Forbidden Land exam. You are definitely going to die this time. Everyone also cast sympathetic glances toward you. Your gaze began to turn cold. You have a point. It is indeed normal for some people to die in this exam. Liu Yanrui and Liu Ryan suddenly felt a chill. Su Qing also turned her head slightly to look at you, while asking Wang Kaxuan, do you really know who he is? Of course. My third uncle is the president of the Jiangchen Union. The two began communicating in riddles. A moment later, Su Qing was seen walking toward the squad. She actually chose Wang Kaxuan's team. Liu Yanrui was stunned. The surrounding crowd was also left bewildered in the wind. Does Su Qing not want to pass the exam anymore? Before they could figure it out, everyone began to enter the wasteland Forbidden Land. Each person was issued a wristband, which could monitor vital signs, and of course be used to call for help. After the squad advanced a distance into the Forbidden Land, a fierce tiger suddenly lunged out from not far away. The three girls immediately screamed. Although Zhao Zhigang appeared calm on the surface, his legs couldn't help but tremble. A wild, extraordinary two-star glazed tiger, its combat power was quite formidable. At this moment, Wang Kaxuan cried out, and actually ran behind you. Only you and Su Qing remained perfectly calm. Because her 9-colored fox could easily slay a glazed tiger, she wasn't panicked at all. But she was somewhat surprised. What exactly was your source of confidence? Because you were used to sharp-toothed tigers, you felt absolutely nothing toward the glazed tiger. However, you were a bit conflicted. The iron-eating beast hadn't finished evolving yet. If you summoned the savage turtle, your secret would be exposed on the spot. If Su Qing found out that the person she had been calling teacher was you, she'd chase you with a machete for 3 days and nights. Seeing you weren't acting, Wang Kaksuan got a bit anxious. Boss, aren't you going to make a move? We're here for the combat exam. You gave Wang Kaksuan a deep look. Does this guy really know something? By now the glazed tiger had already charged toward you. Zhao Zhigang, standing nearby, moved directly away from you, with no intention of helping. On the other side, Fang Anhe shouted directly. I knew Tiansheng would drag us down. Everyone, don't save him. We have 3 death quotas anyway. At the critical moment, a silver light flashed. The glazed tiger's head was severed and hit the ground with a thud. Everyone immediately looked at Su Qing. They saw the 9-colored fox beside her, licking the blood off its claws. Such decisive action. She didn't seem like a newcomer at all. An extraordinary 2-star wild spirit beast. Couldn't even last a second before you. The short-haired girl He Yu said admiringly. Others followed suit in agreement. Zhao Zhigang, standing to the side, quietly summoned his spirit beast. A primal ape over 2 meters tall. Others recognized it immediately. This was once a top 100 spirit beast species on the imperial rank. Subsequently, Wang Kaksuan suggested everyone summon their spirit beasts first, so they could react in time if danger arose. Everyone summoned their spirit beasts one by one. Fang Anhe's spirit beast was a star spirit butterfly. He Yu's spirit beast was a swift shadow leopard. Yu Qiwao's spirit beast was a green spirit treant. Moreover, they were all extraordinary 2-star. Although everyone complained about how competitive it was, in reality, they were all secretly evolving. At this time, Wang Kaksuan also summoned his spirit beast, which turned out to be a round, chubby pig. It emitted a brilliant golden light, creating a sharp contrast with the other spirit beasts. But no one had a look of mockery on their face. Because this pig was the #1 spirit beast species on the imperial rank, the lazy pig can release a special mental energy, affecting the enemy's mind, making their movements sluggish, and causing them to lose their will to fight. Seeing the reaction, Wang Kaksuan quickly explained modestly that his old man spent a lot of money to get it. Don't look at me like that. Compared to Long Tiansheng and Su Qing, I'm far behind. Fang Anhe frowned with some displeasure. Su Qing goes without saying. But didn't Tiansheng just buy a rejected spirit beast? He's the weakest in our squad. Suddenly, there was movement in the forest again. Several more glazed tigers lunged out in the distance. After Zhao Zhigang shouted enemy contact, the next second he was standing next to Su Qing, ready to fight alongside her. Fang Anhe hid behind Wang Kaksuan. Surprisingly, He Yu was very brave, directly letting the swift shadow leopard rush out to fight the glazed tigers. Although the 2 spirit beasts were evenly matched, the glazed tigers were clearly more numerous, and they nearly tore the swift shadow leopard apart. At this moment, Yu Qiwao cried out, 3 glazed tigers are charging toward us. Her spirit beast was a support-type green spirit treant, which wasn't suited for combat at all. Zhao Zhigang's primal ape also had no intention of acting. Your gaze instantly turned cold, and you immediately summoned the blood-veined savage turtle. A bloody scent rose up within several meters. Su Qing's pupils contracted sharply, and she looked over in disbelief. Of the 3 people here, 2 had lost their combat effectiveness, so you had to kill all the glazed tigers. The savage turtle immediately rushed out, dodging a glazed tiger's wide maw, and bit its neck in one go. Then it shook its head violently, and the glazed tiger died instantly. As the savage turtle launched its blood armor impact, one glazed tiger's belly was ripped open, and another was torn apart by its claws. A moment later, the savage turtle stood on the spot covered in blood, while all 8 glazed tigers were annihilated. Everyone stared ahead in shock. Zhao Zhigang's legs were trembling with fear. and Fang Anhe's face was now dark and gloomy. You look at everyone and can't help but ask. When faced with danger, everyone is quicker to back down than the next. Is this what they call a team? Fang Anhe finally regained his composure. He immediately mocked. What's so great about you? You just killed a few glass tigers, that's all. This time was your chance to shine. Next time, we won't even need a useless person like you. Then he turned to the group and said, maybe we overestimated the glass tigers this time. They're not even that strong. We could each easily take on a whole group by ourselves. Zhao Zhigang immediately stepped forward too. He patted his chest. This time, I didn't get my turn. Next time, when we run into a pack of glass tigers again, I'll show everyone what I can do. As soon as he finished speaking, noise erupted from one side. Sparse and scattered. Another 7 or 8 glass tigers burst out. This time, you grabbed He Yu and Yu Qiwayu and hid behind Su Qing. While Fang Anhe was still hesitating, Wang Kaxuan gave him a push. It's your turn, Fang. Fang Anhe had no choice but to step up. He sent his psycho-spirit butterfly fluttering above the glass tigers' heads, trying to spread a knockout powder from above, then finish them by slicing off their heads with its wings. But the psycho-spirit butterfly could never get to the right spot. Either the glass tigers dodged, or in moments the butterfly was torn apart by the glass tigers. Zhao Zhigang finally reacted by then, but it was already too late. His location was surrounded and attacked by 4 glass tigers. He was about to be torn apart by their jaws. Zhao Zhigang wanted to call for help, but Su Qing totally ignored him. Wang Kaxuan just shrugged innocently. Then Zhao Zhigang thought of you. He said stiffly, Hey, Tiansheng, save me here. You actually considered helping, but his attitude made you give up immediately. When you ignored him, Zhao Zhigang pointed at you and threatened. Are you just born with a death wish? Liu Dashao and I are like brothers. If I tell him to kill you, do you believe he will? When you hear this, you let out a low chuckle. I know you're Liu Yanrui's lackey. Let Liu Yanrui come save you then. Zhao Zhigang was so furious his face turned red. But then he glanced at the besieged Yuan Wei. He could only fall to his knees with a thud. Brother Long, please, save my Yuan Wei. You looked at him and smiled. If only you had this attitude earlier. Zhao Zhigang immediately felt a surge of hope. It seems you've decided to offer your help. Just when he thought he'd earned your sympathy, you flatly refused his request. Now you want to call me Dad? Too late only now did Zhao Zhigang realize. You were playing with him. Wang Kaxuan, meanwhile, fired off a soul-searching question. You.
He Fangen and his shadow leopard could have saved He Yu,
But chose to sit on the sidelines instead. If you get eliminated, it's because you brought it on yourselves. He then patted the rich pig next to him. Instantly, Rich Pig began to snort loudly. A magical sound echoed all around. Amazingly, the glazed tiger's action started to slow down. And then it suddenly froze in place. Su Qing quickly commanded the rainbow fox to attack. Moments later, all the glazed tigers were defeated. The crisis was resolved efficiently this time. But changes were happening within the team. He Yu's shadow leopard was barely clinging to life. Zhao Zhigang's spot was claimed by others. Fang Anhe's star spirit butterfly was dead. These 3 lost their eligibility for the finals. They were escorted away by the military. At this moment, only Yu and Yu Qiwao's green spirit tree were left on the field, along with Wen Kaxuan's lazy pig and Su Qing's rainbow fox. According to the finals rules, neither the Beastmasters nor the spirit beasts can afford any more losses. Otherwise, the whole team will be eliminated. Suddenly, a small firework shot up in the distant sky. That's a challenge trigger when the flag is pulled. Didn't expect a team to find a flag this quickly. Looks like they've got a reconnaissance type beast or skill. You all pick up the pace and move forward to investigate. Unexpectedly, shortly after you set out, Yu Qiwao made a huge discovery. It turns out his green forest waste found a flag, just up ahead. Once you get there, you discover that in an open field, a red flag was planted in the ground. Everyone realized something was off about this spot. Su Qing's rainbow fox was the first to check it out. But as soon as the rainbow fox stepped into the flag area, the ground started collapsing rapidly. The rainbow fox used the falling rubble to leap back quickly and managed to make it back onto solid ground. A giant sinkhole appeared before you. It's at least a few hundred meters deep. Everyone was shocked. And at the bottom, there were even sharp bamboo spikes. People were at a loss. How could you possibly grab that flag? Off to the side, Yu Qiwao timidly raised his hand. Let me give it a try. He then let the green spirit tree take root near the edge, stretch out its branches and leaves, and gently curl the flag out of the ground. Yu Qiwao felt puzzled. That was way too easy. Almost like someone just casually left it there. You all noticed that once the flag was pulled out, there were no fireworks in the sky. All of a sudden, a sharp screech came from above. A huge bird swooped down from the sky and snatched the flag from Yu Qiwao's hands. It then flew to a big tree nearby, where several figures stood. It was none other than Liu Yanru and Liu Ryan's team. They looked over and sneered. What did I tell you? This year's finals are going to be a bloodbath. And you walked right into the trap. You were surprised. They managed to set such an elaborate trap? But Su Qing explained. There wasn't nearly enough time since the start to dig this pit. Clearly, someone had set it up before the finals began. A special trap intended to weaken the stronger transfer students, who far outclassed the local contestants. Seeing that you all saw through their pit trap, Liu Yanri decided he'd better eliminate you now. But Liu Ryan by his side insisted on a one-on-one duel with you. The bird that stole the flag is her extraordinary 2-star luminous featherbird. While it's not much of a fighter, it's more than enough for defeating your green pattern turtle, a real overkill. Suddenly, the luminous featherbird charged you. Its sharp claws could slice through steel. Their group wore confident, smug smiles. Some even wondered if Liu Ryan was being too serious. After all, they thought, you only had an extraordinary green pattern turtle. But Liu Ryan just scoffed. I told you I'd kill him. By now, she'd completely forgotten the debt she owed you, and just wanted to take you out, the only one who knew her past. You were the only obstacle to her marrying into money. You felt conflicted inside. How did Liu Ryan turn out like this? So you no longer plan to hold back? You snapped your fingers, and from the contract space behind you, an incredibly menacing pressure surged forth. An invisible aura filled the area. Wang Kaxuan's heart raced wildly. He was beyond excited. Here it comes. Brother Long's tyrant iron tortoise is finally coming out. But stepping out of the contract space wasn't a turtle, but a panda with a metallic sheen. Both sides were stunned. Liu Ryan was shocked. What kind of spirit beast is that? Didn't everyone say you'd bonded with a green pattern turtle? Liu Yanrui squinted, unsure. Is this an evolved form of the panda beast? A teammate chimed in. It looks like an elimination grade specimen. On your side, Wang Kaxuan and the others were all dumbfounded. He felt his scalp tingle. Brother Long's spiritual power is actually 50? That's just insane. Definitely picked the right team to follow. Even Su Qing rarely was left speechless. She remembered when you two sparred. Even top-tier spirit beasts on the leaderboards couldn't defeat you. Now you've become a dual beast master. Such growth is unbelievable. At that moment, the luminous featherbird attacked the iron-eating beast. Its claws gripped onto the beast's shoulder, while frantically flapping its wings, ready to tear off a chunk of flesh. But the iron-eating beast stood as steady as a mountain. Blood-red eyes full of rage, it seized the luminous featherbird by its leg and slammed it hard into the ground. Again and again, it smashed the bird. The bird let out a cry of pain. Liu Ryan's grin froze on her face. She screamed in disbelief. Useless! How could a spirit beast be this strong? Luminous featherbird, hurry up and kill that stupid panda. I invested 2 million in you. And you're really going to lose to a cull worth just 5,000? Prompted by those words, the luminous featherbird struggled desperately, but just didn't have the power to break free from the iron-eating beast. It was held in an iron grip. Then, the iron-eating beast raised its muscular arm, and ripped the luminous featherbird in half. Liu Ryan was instantly stunned as if struck by lightning. She glared at you with sheer malice. You and I are mortal enemies. She hadn't even finished her threats when the iron-eating beast, it actually just tossed the light bird right into its big mouth. With 2 bites, it chewed and swallowed it down. It even spit out a few feathers along the way. Liu Ryan's harsh words were instantly swallowed back. Everyone just felt a chill run down their backs. Wang Kaxuan and the others also gasped in shock. It's normal for spirit beasts to recognize each other, but why does this panda beast give off such a villain vibe? You walked up and gave the iron-eating beast a kick. Who told you to eat it? This reckless move made everyone's hearts jump into their throats. As everyone knows, a bloodthirsty spirit beast is in a period of losing control. Provoking a spirit beast at this time is really dangerous. Liu Yanrui, standing across from you, showed an amused smile. As if he could already see you being attacked by the panda beast, in front of everyone. Wang Kaxuan and Yu Qiweiyu both covered their eyes. But the iron-eating beast only raised its paw, scratched the back of its head, and gave a goofy grin. Everyone was left dumbfounded. How could such a ferocious spirit beast act so obedient in front of you? They couldn't even imagine just how in sync you and spirit beasts really were. At that moment, you walked straight towards Liu Yanrui. That trap of yours almost got us killed. Shouldn't you at least give us an explanation? Liu Yanrui's face grew a bit darker. It was just a not-so-combat-savvy light feather bird you killed. And you dare confront me this arrogantly. Zhang Meng, standing nearby, volunteered. Young Master Liu, there's no need to waste words with him. Let me finish him off. Then, the other side summoned a massive Yuanmo. In an instant, it charged straight at you. The iron-eating beast collided head-on with it. The 2 spirit beasts started to fiercely clash. Right after, everyone felt that something was wrong. Yuanmo is supposed to have a power stat of 180, so how is it fighting the panda beast to a standstill? Zhang Nang saw that it was hard to tell who would win for now. So for the sake of pride, he had Yuanmo equip some gear. Someone nearby immediately tried to stop him. Are you crazy? If the proctor catches you, you'll be immediately deemed as cheating. Unexpectedly, Li Yanrui told Zhang Meng not to worry. The proctor's coming. I'll explain for you. With Liu Yanrui backing him up, Zhang Meng directly tossed his equipment to Yuan Mo. Yuan Mo put on the equipment, and his combat power instantly leveled up. Wang Kaxuan on the side was getting anxious too. Su Qing, should we give Longjie a hand? Su Qing replied nonchalantly. No need. Did you forget he still has a turtle? On the field, you look at Zhang Meng. He snapped his fingers. The iron-eating beast let out a thunderous roar, and its muscles instantly bulked up. Then it started fiercely clawing at its opponent. Even though Yuan Mo's spiked armor pierced its paw, the iron-eating beast didn't back down a single step. As its movements became even more furious, Yuan Mo quickly became overwhelmed. In the end, he was smacked hard and sent flying under a tree. Zhang Meng collapsed to his knees in despair. A horrifying scene unfolded next. The iron-eating beast began devouring Yuan Mo on the spot. Everyone was so shocked by the battle that they were speechless. A look of shock appeared in Su Qing's eyes. He had never seen a spirit beast so fierce and fearless of death. Aside from its less-than-ideal appearance, everything else was nearly perfect. Meanwhile, outside the exam venue, the parents were extremely anxious, because the number of glowing dots in the exam zone kept decreasing, meaning more and more teams were being eliminated. Among them, your adoptive mother was the most nervous. You didn't tell her the rules of the exam had changed. It was only now that your adoptive mother learned, even though he gave you all the money for hospital treatment, so you could buy a spirit beast for the exam. When he went to pay the hospital fees, he found out you'd already paid in full. After asking around everywhere, he finally discovered that you had bought a rejected spirit beast instead, and brought it to participate in the extremely dangerous Forbidden Zone exam. Watching your adoptive mother cry, A wealthy lady nearby couldn't help but scoff. I told you people to give up on these unrealistic fantasies. I can't believe he still dared to take the exam. In that case, I'll have to use a little trick. Your adoptive mother turned around to look. That woman was none other than the wife of Long Zhenbang, the great demon suppression general. She was also your stepmother. After all, you were the illegitimate son of the demon suppression general. Because of your status, you weren't accepted, so you were abandoned in this remote small town. Luckily, your adoptive parents kindly took you in. And Long Zhenbang's wife, in order to keep you from returning to the Long family, actually arranged for some immigrants to deal with you during the exam. When your adoptive mother heard they sent elite candidates from a big city, she felt a wave of dread rush over her. It's getting really dangerous. At this moment, you were getting ready to settle the score with Liu Yanrui, but suddenly a buzzing noise came from afar. Someone nearby immediately shouted, "Liu Zhe, the proctor is coming soon. Let's get out of here." Upon hearing this, Liu Yanrui immediately put some distance between you two, then threatened Tian Sheng. "Don't you dare get eliminated so easily. At the end of the exam, I'll deal with you myself." Then he and the others quickly left. You didn't stop them, but instead slipped away with your team. Afterward, Wang Kaxuan caught up and asked Long Zhe, "Why are we running too? You rolled your eyes. With a huge trap like this left here, how are you going to explain it? This trap might be tacitly allowed during the exam, but only if it doesn't fall into the proctor's hands." Wang Kaxuan looked regretful. "We didn't get any of Liu Yanrui's team's 3 flags. If it goes on like this, things are only going to get harder later." The Mars squad sped up their hunt for flags. After searching for a while, you finally found a flag. As fireworks exploded in the air, Wang Kaxuan grumbled while putting the flag away. "Let's get out of here, or the other teams will come sniffing around." Just as everyone was getting ready to leave, Su Qing stayed in place, staring ahead.
He pointed forward. "Teacher."
"There's someone over there. Didn't you notice?" Suddenly, you felt all your hair stand on end. Su Qing actually called you teacher. It's been a long time since you heard that title. Does she want to bring up the past now? You cautiously glanced at Su Qing, only to see her staring at you with deep resentment. "Su Qing, you're too polite. You don't need to call me teacher anymore, okay?" Su Qing blinked her big eyes, looking completely innocent. "Why not? Teacher." Right now you were feeling a mix of guilt and secret delight. After all, who could resist the campus belle who's both cool and cute? Calling you teacher? At this moment, Wang Kaxuan came over. "You two sure have a unique hobby. But shouldn't we check out the current situation first?" Wang Kaxuan's words instantly made both of you blush. "Don't talk nonsense." You both scolded almost in unison. Just then, a squad walked out from the jungle. It was one of the immigrant teams in the exam. They were holding 2 flags in their hands. At the front was a burly young man, followed by a giant black bear. The bear looked like it could blot out the sky. Wang Kaxuan was so scared he started yelling. "That's against the rules, right? Just by its size, that beast's gotta be a transcendent tier 3. You recognized it too. This giant bear really was a transcendent tier 3 armored war bear. Since there's an age restriction for the exam, you have to contract a spirit beast at 18. So for someone to bring out a tier 3 transcendent spirit beast now, they must either be extremely gifted, or they evolved in violation of the rules. If these guys were really that strong, why bother coming to take an exam in a remote town? It's obvious they're the latter. Plus, these people had been hostile toward you even before. Sure enough, the group all looked your way. "Bear bro, is this the kid? If we take him down, the deal's done, right?" The leader, Kui Zhong, told Su Qing and the others. "We're after him. You all get lost." "I won't touch you." Su Qing folded her arms, ignoring him. Wang Kaxuan just sneered. "If you don't need your brain, you might as well donate it. Can't you see there are only 4 people left in our squad? 1 less, and we'll be completely eliminated." Seeing this, Kui Zhong stopped wasting words. then you can all die with him. The armored warbear instantly charged over. You told the iron-eating beast to stand its ground. But the size and strength difference was huge. The iron-eating beast was knocked over instantly. At that moment, you all felt a chill of terror. The two spirit beasts weren't on the same level at all. There was way too much difference in battle power. The armored warbear charged at you without any resistance. Seeing that, Su Qing gave a hurried order. The nine-colored fox immediately jumped in front of the armored warbear and unleashed its innate skill blade and flame strike. It actually cut an opening in the bear's chest. Huizhong was a bit surprised. No wonder it's ranked 33rd on the heavenly list of spirit beast species. It can even use Tier 2 power to take on Tier 3 South. However, his smile grew even more mysterious as two more powerful auras appeared behind him. A lightning line crackling with arcs, and a huge water-type python. Amazingly, both of those spirit beasts were Tier 3 transcendents too. You were shocked. They all illegally evolved? Suddenly you thought of that woman. She's the woman from the Long family. She's the one who helped you infiltrate Jiangcheng. Huizhong said calmly. You don't need to worry about that. All you need to know is that someone doesn't want you leaving here alive. Just accept your fate. You frowned and looked at him. Lately, people keep telling me to accept my fate. But what the hell are you guys anyway? Huizhong also sighed. We already did a full background check on you before we came. You should know that Beastmasters are made with money. Your so-called talent means nothing to us. Now, except for waiting to die, there's nothing else you can do. As soon as he finished speaking, there was a loud crunching sound. Everyone turned to look in the direction of the noise. The iron-eating beast was lying on the warbear's back. It was frantically gnawing on the armor on the warbear's back. You could feel the iron-eating beast's strength rising rapidly, escalating into an even more berserk state. Huizhong immediately ordered the warbear to throw the iron-eating beast off. But the iron-eating beast's claws held on tight. The warbear bared its teeth, showing a chilling grin. It kept tearing wildly at the armor on its opponent's back. At the same time, Iron Fist Frenzy was unleashed, completely suppressing the warbear. You know, it's the iron armor that gives the warbear its great defense. Even a large armor-piercing shell couldn't break through it. But the warbear's fur defense isn't that strong. Within just a few dozen seconds, the warbear's back armor was completely devoured. Even Huizhong couldn't stay calm anymore. Stop that dumb bear now. You can't let it keep eating. But by now, it was already too late. The iron-eating beast now met all the conditions for berserk mode. Its muscles were unbelievably developed. The moment Iron Fist Frenzy activated, each punch slammed into the warbear's spine. With no more steel armor for protection, the warbear's hide was ripped open, blood bursting out. Its massive frame was practically beaten out of shape. As the fierce bone-crunching attacks intensified, the ironclad battle bear was completely smashed to the ground. Its massive, 10-meter body crashed down with a thud. Huizhong stared ahead in disbelief. His dream of entering an elite preparatory academy was shattered. But didn't the general's wife say that Long Tiansheng's spirit beast was just a reject? At that moment, Su Qing couldn't help but look at you. All of this guy's spirit beasts share one thing. They're incredibly obedient. You know, to maintain a high bond with a spirit beast, even just a 1% improvement, comes at a tremendous cost. Just then, Lazy Pig next to you started snorting loudly. Huizhong and the others began to slow down. You exchanged a glance with Su Qing, realizing this was the perfect moment to strike. Nine-tailed fox went full throttle. All tail blades unleashed. In just a few swings, two spirit beasts were cut down. You couldn't help but gasp. Looks like the other side was holding back during practice matches. Otherwise, they wouldn't be this ruthless in the real fight. All you could do was have Iron Beast and Savage Turtle charge forward. In no time, you wiped out all their spirit beasts. Huizhong gritted his teeth and yelled, "Long Tiansheng, you're the worst. There goes our plan for higher education. From this moment on, not just the Long family wants you dead. We'll use all our connections to put a bounty on you too." You shot a cold look at Huizhong. Still trying to get out? This is the forbidden zone, you know? A beast master without any spirit beasts. What makes you think you can get out of here alive? Kui Zhong finally panicked. You can't kill us. I've already notified the patrol examiners. You glanced back at your team. Su Qing instantly got the message and turned to leave. Wang Kaxuan took Yu Qiwao and followed. Yu Qiwao pale asked Long Jie, will they get killed? Wang Kaxuan shook his head with a smile. No way. Long Jie just wants to protect them until the examiners arrive. And keep them safe. As soon as he finished speaking, a series of screams echoed from the jungle. Even Wang Kaxuan's mouth twitched in surprise. Soon, Yu and Iron Eater caught up with the team, then handed Wang Kaxuan 2 blood-stained flags. By the time the patrol examiners arrived at the spot, they were completely shocked by the scene. A beast master barely had a human shape left, with only the mangled remains of their spirit beasts left. Such cruelty. One patrol examiner almost threw up. A male examiner's face was grim. Clearly, this was a squad that evolved illegally. They must have been strong, yet still got slaughtered like this. The examiner next to him revealed even bigger news. This is the 8th team to be wiped out. Half the examinees are already injured or dead. This is way beyond our expectations. We've completely lost control of the situation. The lead middle-aged examiner nodded. Report this immediately. See what the higher-ups decide. Outside the test arena, the proctor stared at the fading dots on the big screen, his expression gradually turning dumbstruck. How could so many people have died? The military swept this area multiple times. There's no way there are unbeatable spirit beasts here. In other words, some teams are specifically hunting other examinees. Their goal isn't just to pass. Some squads want to eliminate all the competition. The principal hurried in. Immediately stop the exam. Get all the remaining students out alive. The proctor sneered and looked at the principal. Cancel the exam, and everyone will be disqualified. Can you take responsibility for that? The principal was left speechless. After all, the students worked hard just for today. They've prepared for over a decade. He couldn't possibly answer for something so big. Meanwhile, your team had searched all over the testing area and hadn't even caught a glimpse of a flag. It was then you realized there were only 8 flags in this test. The last of the flags must have already been found. So it's about who can keep their cool now. Then you suggested the team should ambush here. Let the enemy be exposed, while you stay hidden. The initiative will always be in your hands. After listening to your analysis, Wang Kaxuan's eyes sparkled. Long Jie, you're such a genius. You think of everything. Su Qing, standing nearby, commented dryly. Well, you were always the top student. You really didn't know how to respond. So you just smiled awkwardly at Su Qing. Suddenly, you heard a noise from the forest ahead. A flower emerged from the bush. Its large mouth opened slightly, releasing a cloud of spores. You were a little puzzled. Shadow flower demon spirit beasts. There's no way to tell if they're wild or tamed. Yu Qiwao suddenly spoke up. I remember the spores of shadow flower demons can put surrounding enemies to sleep. That's when you realized what was happening. But your bodies were already affected. A wave of drowsiness hit you. Wang Kaxuan and Yu Qiwao felt it most. They could barely keep their eyes open. But you and Su Qing were unaffected. Looks like a strong mind can resist these spores. At that moment, several people emerged from the bush. It was one of the 3 squads of transfer candidates. The leader was a young man with red hair. The buzz-cut guy next to him asked, Chij, isn't this a bit much? Are we being too cautious? Better safe than sorry? That last squad we ran into was really strong. Looks like this city's not all losers after all. The girl with twin ponytails scoffed. That team actually tried to sell us their classmates' coordinates. That's seriously shady. You hid behind a tree, pondering. Someone leaked your team's location. The first group you suspected was Lu Yunrui's. After all, you've only encountered 2 teams so far, besides the one you wiped out. The other is Liu Yanrui's crew. Looking back, you really should have risked it and finished them off. At that moment, you exchanged another look with Su Qing. Then both closed in slowly, you in front, with Su Qing right behind you. Buzzcut scanned the area. Chij, you think that team would have gotten a flag? Maybe they got wiped out by someone else already. Chij replied coldly. Doesn't matter, we have to check. There are only 8 flags. If you want to win, you can't let a single team go. Suddenly, the grass in front of them rustled. Everyone tensed up. A battered turtle beast crawled out, moving painfully slow. Its cracked shell made it look utterly miserable. Everyone relaxed their nerves. No one cared about a seriously injured turtle beast. Suddenly, a voice came from behind the squad. "Were you looking for me?" Chij and the others spun around. A young man stood there, next to a filthy panda beast, looking like they'd just survived a tough fight. No one on the other side made a rash move. They just quickly scanned the area. "You spoke up. No need to look. I'm the only one left in our squad. Your flower demon took out the rest." Chij looked a little intrigued. "Then how are you still standing here? Is your mental strength really that strong? Even more than 50 points? How could someone from a small city like ours be this powerful? It's just some special methods." Your tone is very sincere. But that made Chij on the other side even more confused. "Why are you telling me everything so openly? What do you want? Your spirit beast's strength shouldn't be weak. I'm really curious about why you chose to reveal yourself. You didn't hesitate at all. I know our team can't really win, but I also refuse to let my enemy take the victory. I'm being honest because I want to join you." After Jij learned that Liyanuri is your enemy, he instantly understood everything. "Cooperating is possible. But how am I supposed to trust you?" You scratched your head. "You guys probably have some steel restraining gear. Like shackles, right? You can put them on my mutant panda beast." When Jij heard you even introduce your spirit beast,
His trust in you grew a bit more.
then the buzz-cut youth took out 2 shackles. He put them directly on the iron-eating beast. These steel shackles can't even be broken by 2 armored vehicles pulling together. So I'd advise you not to waste your strength. After giving that warning, the group finally relaxed. The twin-tailed girl turned back, looking a bit puzzled. "Chij, that ugly turtle won't cause us any trouble, right?" Chij glanced casually at it. "The turtle looks like that. What fighting ability could it possibly have left? It's probably even weaker than the shackled panda beast." Just then, the blood-marked brute turtle glanced at you. As everyone was about to turn and question you, the brute turtle suddenly went wild. It lunged and bit straight into the shadow kidney. Its terrifying bite force snapped the opponent clean in half. The long-haired girl beside instantly suffered a backlash. She collapsed on the ground, howling in pain. It was only then that Chij's group finally realized what was happening. But the savage turtle's speed suddenly exploded. A wild, murderous aura erupted instantly. You decisively had the savage turtle activate its innate skill. The blood-boiling attribute soared another 3 times. It went straight to bite the nearby stone monster. Although this spirit beast is also known for its strength, it couldn't resist the savage turtle's attack at all. It got its body crushed in just a few bites. Zebro and the others were completely stunned. At the same time, his eyes nearly popped out. What the heck is this turtle-type presale anyway? How can it even have a tiger pounce kind of skill? The twin-tailed girl was the first to react. Her unicorn instantly sent the savage turtle flying several meters. You shot a long look at your opponent. A unicorn ranked 27th on the bounty board. This girl's identity is probably anything but simple. At this moment, the other side finally reacted. Bro's flamewing lion lunged over instantly. The ponytail girl's unicorn also quickly closed in. Suddenly, a burst of fire shot out from behind. It slashed precisely at the unicorn. The unicorn dodged the deadly strike instantly. But the follow-up tail strike left it no room to dodge. It could only resist with its toughest unicorn horn. Unexpectedly, the horn snapped instantly. The twin-tailed girl's face changed dramatically. Chibro and the others were shocked. Su Cheng's perfect looks on top of a top-ranking spirit beast definitely don't seem like someone from a small place like Jiang City. Chibro struggled to stay calm, analyzing the situation before them. We still hold the advantage. The other side only has 2 spirit beasts. The panda beast is still restrained by the iron shackles. But in the next moment when he turned his head, he nearly cursed out loud. He saw the iron-eating beast feasting away. As the last piece of steel went into its mouth, the battle situation turned into 3 versus 4. Meanwhile, Yu and Su Qing's spirit beasts were clearly stronger. Bro was so full of regret at this point. He hurriedly said, "Wait a minute. Actually, we don't really have a grudge. It's just fighting over the flags. Even if we fight, there's no guarantee either side will benefit. How about this? We'll give you 2 flags. Liu Yanrui, that jerk, just wanted to use us. I need to confront him about this. He owes me an explanation." You were a bit surprised, but what he said actually made sense. After all, a brutal battle is bad news for both sides. So you agreed. When Chibro and the others were leaving, he turned around and said, "Even though your team is strong, it seems like there's something wrong with this major test. A lot of people have already been taken out. Most didn't even have the chance to break their wristbands. Be careful yourselves." Then he turned and left. After hearing this, your expressions became serious. Looks like something really is wrong with the big test. However, your team already has 4 flags now. Your chances of winning are clearly much higher. Leaping ahead to the finals is within reach. You immediately suggested taking the initiative to hunt for other teams. After all, these 4 flags are most likely held by one team. Wang Kaksuan and Yu Qiwao had no objections. Su Qing nodded in agreement too. So the 4 of you started making your move. On the other side, parents were wailing outside the test field. Because 2/3 of the names on the big screen had already gone dark, some students were forced to forfeit the big test. But even more teams were completely wiped out. When they were teleported out, there were only piles of bone debris left. The chief examiner was holding an emergency meeting to discuss solutions. Looking at the list of survivors, there was only one team that seemed most suspicious. Just then, the adjutant reported on the top 3 immigrant teams, saying only one team was at full strength. The other 2 teams suffered varying degrees of casualties. The chief examiner immediately asked, which immigrant team is still full? After Yang Cheng got the answer, the chief examiner gave orders right away. All patrols inside should keep a close watch on Yang City. If that team does anything suspicious, report to me immediately. Adjutant, contact their city's principal at once. I want all their detailed information. Soon, Yang City reported back specifics. The news was that a few test candidates did immigrate to Jiang City to attend the big test. That answer pretty much eased the chief examiner's doubts. But strangely, according to Yang City's principal, these examinees weren't actually outstanding. They weren't even considered above average. When the chief examiner heard this, he frowned slightly. How did these kinds of students make it this far? But what the adjutant said next made the chief examiner's heart almost stop. But just recently, Yang City had an ancient beast riot. Everyone present immediately turned pale. A strong sense of fear swept the entire room. Ancient Beasts Society is one of the biggest villain organizations among humans. Their goal is to bring ancient beasts back into the world. Because they want to use the power of the fierce beasts, they're trying to overthrow the current world order. They're plotting to wipe out all the pre-sales. This mission is exactly their style. Clearly, it's an ancient totem everyone fears, but you called it a kid's tattoo. A grinning ancient beast, but you insisted it was a domesticated bird. And you just casually took out a couple of wild kids. But the examiner said they were the top team from Yang City. At this moment, the 4 of you decided to take the initiative, to seize the flags. Unexpectedly, after searching for a whole day and night, you didn't run into a single team. You only found one battlefield. When you approached, you were shocked to discover the place was littered with spirit beast corpses. There were even remains of beastmasters that got eaten. You finally recognized them. It was none other than Chijie's team you'd just seen not long ago. Wang Kaksuan suggested leaving quickly. Suddenly, a patrol appeared ahead. After spotting you, they walked toward you and asked if you'd seen Yang City's team. You quickly said you hadn't and left in a hurry. 2 steps later, you suddenly remembered the examiner's rules from before. Patrols aren't supposed to communicate with test candidates on their own. And there was something really off about his eyes just now. Could the patrol have been bribed? Meanwhile, that patrol stared in the direction you went, then gave a set of coordinates over his radio. It's a 4-person team. They've got flags. Come quickly. Back in the woods, you're still looking for more flags. Then you ran into another team. When you got close, turns out it was your former classmate Zhou Tong's team. Wang Kaxuan went up to ask how they were doing. Zhou Tong was clearly nervous. Just now, we saw Yang City's team fighting another squad. It was a total bloodbath. You were a bit curious. Did they evolve illegally? I don't know if it was illegal evolution, but their spirit beasts all felt weird. Then she pointed at your brutal, iron-eating beast and said it felt similar to yours. Primitive and savage at the same time. You were shocked. Could it be their beasts are ancient fierce ones too? A girl then explained. Everyone in Yang City's team had some kind of mark.
It looked like a fierce beast.
But with an eye in the center of the symbol. You were a bit surprised after hearing that. Yang City kids sure are fierce. Students actually get to have tattoos? Everyone was at a loss for words when they heard this. Su Qing shot you a glare. This totem represents a mysterious organization. Their goal is to unseal the ancient divine beasts, to return to the era when the divine beasts rampaged. After Su Qing finished speaking, you fell into deep thought. Could it be that they've also activated the atavism system? Before you can figure it out, you part ways with Zhou Tong and the others, while your group continues to search for the remaining flags. Outside the exam grounds, due to the high death rate among examinees, the cries of parents fill the air. At this moment, the chief examiner assembled a team. Each of them had a determined look. Their presence was overwhelming. This is the Yanlong Special Task Force. The chief examiner ordered them to enter the testing area, to rescue the remaining surviving students, and to capture the Yangcheng squad. If there is any resistance, eliminate them without hesitation. At this moment in the field, you pass by scenes of fierce battles. You can't help but suspect that there might not be many teams left alive. Timid Wang Kogsuan listened, and tightly grabbed your sleeve along the way. Virginia looked at them, and asked if either of you wants to withdraw. I'll respect your decision, because given the current situation, it's not just about passing or failing anymore. The outcome could very well be death. But there was determination in their eyes. We all have our reasons for needing to pass the exam. At this moment, Su Qing came over and said, "Why don't you ask me?" "Because I know you won't give up. I've witnessed how strong your willpower is." Su Qing looked at you. A slight smile appeared on her lips as she said, "You know me so well." As you're still caught up in this ambiguous atmosphere, a few figures appeared in the distance. There were still traces of fresh blood on their clothes. They slowly walked toward you. Leading them was a tall, burly man. A powerful aura radiated from his entire body. Above his head circled a huge eagle beast. Its eyes flashed with a blood-red light. Standing behind was a woman in a purple long robe. Her spirit beast was a giant spider. Another young man wore armor. He looked up, as if receiving a signal. Then a black bat flew over, delivering some message to the others. You tried to appear calm, and shouted, "You must be the Yangcheng squad. We finally meet after all." The woman in the purple robe sneered disdainfully. "You guys sure ran fast. But you still can't escape death in the end." You glare at her with anger. It was you all who slaughtered examinees wantonly during the exam. The young man in armor crossed his arms and replied, "Yeah, it was us. So what?" You gritted your teeth. "You'll find out soon enough." Before you finished speaking, Su Qing suddenly made a move. The phantom-like 9-colored fox flashed by. White lightning flickered on its tail blade. In an instant, a bat's wing was torn open. The Yangcheng squad hadn't even reacted yet, and you immediately had the Berserk Iron Eater charge in. Upon seeing this, the armored young man instantly summoned an ancient giant serpent to confront the Iron Eater. But as soon as the Berserk Iron Eater got close, the serpent coiled around it instantly. Suddenly, the serpent started to constrict tightly. The Iron Eater was forced to activate its combat talent. The muscles on its body turned as hard as steel. It struggled with all its might against the serpent's death bind. At this moment you called out to Su Qing. Su Qing understood exactly what you meant. She immediately had the 9-colored fox slash with its blade. The ancient serpent was instantly cut in two. The whole place fell silent. Wang Kaxuan was stunned. These two worked together amazingly well. In the blink of an eye, both of the opponent's spirit beasts were severely injured. Even the Yangcheng squad members were dumbfounded. 2 spirit beasts were down right at the start. The burly team captain shouted for everyone to stay alert. Focus your fire. Take out the 9-colored fox first. The woman in the purple robe chuckled softly. Her pupils instantly turned blood red. Her poison spider then revealed its sharp fangs, spitting out massive amounts of web. It's laced with strong corrosive poison. White smoke spread all around. The poisonous air made it impossible for you all to open your eyes, which caused your fighting ability to drop significantly. Seeing the situation, Yu Qiwao immediately had Lu Lin's constrictor take root on the ground. A canopy of trees spread overhead, purifying the corrosive matter in the air. As a support-type beastmaster, he finally proved useful. At that moment, the berserk iron eater uprooted a tree and instantly sharpened the trunk with its claws. It dashed forward with huge strides, then stabbed the trunk right into the spider's spinneret. The poison spider let out a wail of agony. The 9-colored fox kept up the attack immediately. But just as its tail blade was slashing down, the spider's fangs blocked it. The woman in the purple robe mocked. The fox's tail blade might not be tougher than the spider's teeth. But right after, a flash of lightning and thunderous flame emerged from behind the 9-colored fox, and another strike landed. The spider's head was shattered instantly. This time the Yangcheng squad was terrified. Why did things turn out completely different from what they expected? This team is insanely strong. Retreat, but as they turned around, they saw a turtle blocking their path. The captain cursed. Where the hell did this damned turtle come from? Crag Eagle, crush it for me. A huge eagle soared overhead, diving toward the blood-marked savage turtle. Its massive wings spread wide,
Talons reaching out.
just as the crag eagle was about to grab the savage turtle. The turtle leapt up immediately, opening its mouth and attacking the eagle in reverse, pinning it to the ground. No matter how much the eagle struggled, it was useless. In an instant, the turtle bit through the eagle's neck. While everyone was still in shock, you frowned slightly, sensing something was wrong. Although the Yangcheng squad wasn't weak, to you they were just a bunch of hot-headed rookies. They really didn't seem capable of eliminating so many examinees, especially not Red Bro's team, which shouldn't have been taken down this easily. Outside the testing grounds, the Yanlong task force had clearly already entered, yet several names on the candidate list went dark again. The chief examiner looked at the fatality list, only to find out it was the Yangcheng squad who died. He figured the task force must have found them. The examiner breathed a sigh of relief. This massacre was finally coming to an end. He picked up his walkie-talkie. Looks like you already found the Yangcheng squad. Unexpectedly, the Yanlong task force replied, we still haven't found them. The test zone is too large, and the targets keep moving. We're still tracking them. Hearing this, the chief examiner instantly broke out in a cold sweat. If it wasn't you guys, then who eliminated the Yangcheng squad members? It seems things are even more serious than imagined. If the Yangcheng squad wasn't the mastermind, then who was it? At that moment, more soldiers arrived from afar. Turns out it was the Jiangcheng garrison. Once their superiors learned about the skeletal organization showing up during the examination, they dispatched reinforcements immediately. The chief examiner was puzzled. How did you guys get the intel? The company commander leading the squad said, someone sent us an anonymous tip. We reported to our superiors, and our leaders took it very seriously, so they sent us to provide backup immediately. The examiner then asked, what about Jiangcheng? Doesn't this mean Jiangcheng has no military there now? Only then did the commander realize, could they have distracted us on purpose? Suddenly, a huge explosion came from Jiangcheng's direction. Damn it, we've been tricked. Seeing this, The examiner started to evacuate the parents outside the grounds. Everyone, find a safe place to hide for now. Meanwhile, inside the test grounds, you heard the explosion too, and looked over toward Jiang Cheng. Realizing something was wrong, you furrowed your brows and said to everyone, no matter if they really slaughtered examinees or not, the most important thing right now is taking out this squad first. At the same time, the woman in the purple robe rushed as Su Qing with a dagger. Su Qing was just about to act, but you stepped in front of her instead and kicked the attacker over 10 meters away. The armored young man saw this and charged in as well. This time you showed no mercy. All your power gathered at your fist, and you smashed it into the young man's face. He was sent flying like a missile. Everyone was shocked by you yet again. Is this really a Beastmaster? Even a Tier 1 warrior wouldn't necessarily be this powerful. By now, the remaining team members had given up fighting and were fleeing in panic. But behind them, the blood-marked savage turtle was charging like a tank, catching up rapidly. But even faster was the 9-colored fox's tail blade, which flashed by. You could see the fleeing team member fall apart instantly. The area fell silent right away. The Yang Cheng squad was completely wiped out. And with that, the screens on your wristbands showed only 2 teams left. It's you guys and Liu Yanrui's squad. According to the test standards, you've already passed. Wang Kaxuan rubbed his eyes. We can finally get into an advanced academy now. Yu Qiwao also walked over to express her gratitude. Just as she finished speaking, several black figures ran toward you from the forest. You recognized instantly that they were the Yanlong task force. You have all passed the test, so please evacuate the test grounds at once. But do not return to Jiangcheng. You couldn't help but wonder why. Did something happen? The task force looked at you and said, Jiangcheng has been attacked. Wait until the incident is over. Once the city is safe, you all can go back. For a moment your mind goes blank. You remember your adoptive father is still lying in the Jiangcheng hospital. You immediately summoned the Berserk Iron Eater beast to rush out of the exam hall. You just want to get to your adoptive parents as quickly as possible. At this moment, you probably realize everything has been a meticulously planned operation. After you learn about what happened in Jiangcheng, you instantly think of your adoptive father still in the hospital. You don't dare waste any time. Riding the Berserk Iron Eater beast, you head straight for the city. On the way, you call your adoptive parents, but no one answers. Clearly, Jiangcheng's order is completely chaotic now. As soon as you enter the city, you find the whole place in total turmoil. Usually obedient and tame spirit beasts. Now their eyes are red as they attack humans everywhere. Several crazed spirit beasts try to pounce on you, but the Berserk Iron Eater beast deals with them right away. When you arrive at the hospital where your adoptive father is, the main entrance has already been lowered. However, but the spirit beasts outside keep ramming the iron door. Moments later, they break it down. Countless frenzied spirit beasts rush into the hospital. Screams and cries for help come non-stop from inside. At this time, inside the ward, your adoptive mother is helping your adoptive father and just about to leave. Suddenly, a figure darts quickly through the hallway and crashes into the other end of the corridor. The nurse who was just helping evacuate people is killed on the spot. All you see in the hallway is an enormous mouse coming up the stairs. A 2-star spirit beast, razor-tooth rat. Because it's fast and agile, it moves even more flexibly. So it was the first to arrive here. The patients and their families on this floor have lost all hope. Your adoptive father quickly pulls your adoptive mother back. The 2 of them quickly climb to the top of the bed. Agonized screams come one after another from the neighboring wards, and the sound of bones being crushed. Just as your adoptive parents are trembling in fear, suddenly the door to the ward is slammed open. The incisor rat finally found its way here. At that moment, your adoptive father stepped forward. He was ready to sacrifice himself to save his wife. A rusty, battered short sword was drawn. He smeared his blood onto the broken sword. In an instant, the sword erupted with a powerful aura. Your adoptive mother pleaded desperately at the side. Lin Chanfeng, you can't do this right now. You'll die. The incisor rat looked at them with contempt, clearly planning to eat them both. Suddenly, a powerful force surged in. It blasted the incisor rat straight out. Your adoptive parents were stunned. Could someone have come to save them? But unexpectedly, a more terrifying beast appeared before them. Its red eyes were completely different from the panda beast. It radiated a savage and fierce aura. You suddenly peeked your head out. Dad, Mom, are you guys okay? Seeing you pop up out of nowhere, your parents were completely dumbfounded. But they didn't dare to make any sudden moves. They just trembled and pointed behind you. You quickly realized what was happening. Your adoptive parents had gotten scared. You turned around and kicked the iron-eating beast. Didn't I tell you to stop being so fierce? Not listening, huh? That kick made the iron-eating beast submit instantly. On the other side, your adoptive father's eyes nearly popped out. This is your pre-selected beast. Only then did they finally come to their senses. After all, your adoptive mother told him everything after returning from the exam. She had told him everything. He knew you only had one rejected spirit beast. But he didn't expect that the rejected beast would be so obedient. After all, spirit beasts always have their animal instincts. If you suppress them too much, the chance of backlash increases. You admitted this was your pre-selection, but didn't say much else. Instead, you asked your adoptive father if he knew about the attack on Zhongseng. Your adoptive father shook his head. We don't know either. Suddenly, there was a violent explosion in the city. A bunch of spirit beasts burst out and began attacking people. But I suspect it might be related. He didn't finish speaking. Now, you couldn't afford to care about all that. The top priority was to clear the spirit beasts in the hospital first. Next, you left the iron-eating beast on this floor to guard. Then you went down to the first floor to keep watch over the hospital entrance. Your adoptive father quickly called out to you. If you leave your jade beast here, how will you fight? You turned back and smiled. You instantly summoned the blood-patterned savage turtle. A thick, bloody aura appeared around you. The savage turtle's presence completely overshadowed the iron-eating beast. Your adoptive parents nearly dropped their jaws in shock. How could you possibly own two jade beasts? During the exam phase, even a 2-star extraordinary spirit beast is considered strong. But yours just kept getting stronger. You didn't explain much. You slipped away right away. These are your trump cards, and mustn't be revealed.
If
The Ancient Beasts Society is also searching for ways to revive ancient fierce beasts. Then you might become their target. So you can't let anyone know your trump cards right now. Soon you cleared all the spirit beasts on the first floor. The patients all looked at you with grateful eyes. At that moment, the Flame Dragon Task Force arrived. Seeing bodies of spirit beasts all over the place, they were shocked. Someone spotted it. It's you, the top scorer in the exam. A charming female team member smiled and said, Hey, when you graduate from the Advanced Beast Tamer Academy, do you want to join our Flame Dragon Task Force? Everyone around immediately widened their eyes, full of envy. After all, that's a goal most people wouldn't dare dream of. But you calmly shot back. What's the point of joining you guys? You can't even protect a Zhangcheng. They didn't expect you'd start off questioning them. But seeing your expression, he knew that their team really hadn't accomplished much this time. There were just too many places hit by attacks. The female team member said seriously, Sorry, we let everyone down. We will do our best to protect Zhangcheng. Then she took her team and left quickly. You kept guard at the hospital. Survivors on the street started fleeing into the hospital. As more and more people crowded in, you suddenly realized how serious things were. Because for spirit beasts, so many people smell like a huge cafeteria. Spirit beasts will follow the scent here. Sure enough, more and more spirit beasts kept rushing in. And their target was clearly the hospital. Looking at hundreds of spirit beasts, you felt uneasy. There's no way one person can hold them off. Suddenly, a military squad rushed in. They set up guns and cannons at the hospital entrance. As the rapid gunfire started, the DJ spirit beasts were destroyed one after another. The captain kept assigning people to intercept from different directions. Suddenly, a shadow appeared in the sky. The captain was unexpectedly snatched away. A long tongue instantly wrapped the captain and dragged him into its mouth. As the blood mist exploded, the captain was devoured on the spot. You used the longevity sword to check the information. Awakens, the coal cicada, an elite alien beast. This was a true elite spirit beast. Strength over 5,000, speed over 2,000. The military squad opened fire wildly, but it didn't harm Cold Cicada at all. Suddenly, a whistle sounded. A man wearing black combat gear and a mask appeared atop Cold Cicada's head.
He wore Ancient Beasts of Society attire.
With a loud crash, Cold Cicada just lightly leaped and crushed several squad members directly. Meanwhile, you felt something sticky holding you. Instantly separated from the real world, all you could see was Cold Cicada tearing up the military squad. You gritted your teeth, forming seals with both hands. The savage turtle launched its bloody attack and charged at Cold Cicada, but it didn't work at all. The masked man looked down and said, "You're interesting. Too bad you're way too weak." Just as you were about to be pulled into Cold Cicada's mouth, a terrifying sword key instantly slashed over. Cold Cicada's tongue was sliced apart like paper. You stared in shock at your rescuer. It was actually your adoptive father. Lin Chanfeng, what is happening? What's going on? Why does your adoptive father have such a powerful aura? Every sword strike from him was absolutely domineering. He kept slashing at Cold Cicada. Cold Cicada kept being forced back. Soon it was covered in wounds. You watched in disbelief. An elite alien beast, which should rival a military centurion, was completely helpless before your adoptive father. Even the masked man kept retreating in surprise. He kept ordering Cold Cicada to counterattack. Meanwhile, he glared ominously at you. "Hey kid, you think I've only got one spirit beast?" He instantly summoned another spirit beast, this time a smaller one. A 3-star extraordinary evolved flame toad. The toad looked at the savage turtle with disdain. The savage turtle instantly got angry. They're both aquatic. Who do you think you're looking down on? Then it focused all the frustration it got from Cold Cicada on the toad. Dumped everything straight onto the flame toad. With a few smooth combos, the flame toad was immediately flipped over, and its belly was instantly slashed open. The masked man looked at you in fear. Transcendent 2-star counterattack. Transcendent 3-star. How is that possible? The next second, the savage turtle had already charged right in front of him. When he tried to summon the Cold Cicada to save him, he realized the Cold Cicada had already been dismembered by that warrior. Nan Gui slapped his opponent away with one blow. All his bones were shattered.
He was barely clinging to life.
You deliberately spared his life, planning to ask why the ancient beast attacked River City. The masked man burst into wild laughter as he fell. You think you've won? The real horror is still to come. Everyone will be a sacrifice for the ancient beast's arrival. A wave of destruction erupted. As searing heat surged toward you, they actually detonated the explosion talisman right then. A sword energy shot up into the sky, instantly overshadowing the white light of the blast. Then the surroundings were leveled. Your adoptive father's lips started to bleed. You grew anxious about his health, but he just smiled. This explosion can't hurt me yet. You couldn't really figure out this old man anymore.
He was just a laborer mining for the demon suppression army.
Why did he suddenly become a powerful warrior? Before you could ask, the ground started shaking violently, as if something massive was rolling underground. Recalling what the masked man said earlier, could an ancient beast really be awakening? Everyone will become a sacrifice. At the same time, citywide alarms suddenly blared. Alert! Alert! A sky-tier spirit beast disaster has appeared in River City. Everyone, please shelter at home. Wait for the disaster to end. What sky-tier spirit beast? In all of Linjiang Prefecture, there are probably less than 5 people who can stand against it. Is River City really doomed? Your adoptive father looked very serious. Stay at the hospital and protect your mom. I'll go check over there. With that, he disappeared quickly. There's nothing you can do. You could only stay at the hospital entrance and keep watch. A moment later, a huge dark shadow rose from the city. It was a towering ancient tree. The bodies of River City's citizens hung all over its trunk. Their faces were ghostly pale, and their bodies were shriveled up. Before you could recover from the shock, a group of law enforcement officers rush over from the distance. They tell you to head to the nearby shelter immediately. However, when you look back again, you see a terrifying sword shadow soaring into the sky. It collides with a massive skyshine-level ancient tree. That's Dad's sword. Is he going to fight a skyshine-level monster? Mom just nods gently. Once your father makes a decision, he never changes his mind. We just need to hide well in the shelter. Your father and the army will handle the rest. You feel that your adoptive mother seems to know something. But you can't intervene in a battle of this level at all. To better protect your adoptive mother in the future, you plan to enter the Ancient Realm training ground to increase your strength. Then you open the panel and select the 2-star Ancient Realm mission where the Shadow Wolves are. Kill 30 Shadow Wolves. Then you summon 2 spirit beasts. The Barbarian Tortoise clears the path in front, while the Iron-Eating Beast protects you from behind. After all, Shadow Wolves hunt in packs. To home the Iron-Eating Beast, you let him fight 7 or 8 Shadow Wolves alone, while the Barbarian Tortoise stands by to support. By the time the 10th Wolf is eliminated, the Iron-Eating Beast collapses from exhaustion. The Barbarian Tortoise continues to clear the remaining Shadow Wolves. Mission accomplished. Not only do you gain an atavistic potion reward, but you also discover to your surprise that the attribute bonuses for the 2 spirit beasts are independent. As your power increases by 10 points, it reaches a staggering 160 points, which is stronger than an average 2-star Transcendent Spirit Beast. Having cleared the 2-star Ancient Realm, the higher-level Legendary difficulty is unlocked in the training ground. Legendary difficulty rewards Legendary-grade atavistic potion. This is a necessity for upgrading the Barbarian Tortoise. At the same time, there are talent skills and equipment in the dungeon. Gritting your teeth, you spend 1 million to buy the entry ticket. As soon as you enter the dungeon, you find yourself in a scorching desert. Moreover, 2 missions pop up in front of you simultaneously. Mission 1, kill 50 Transcendent, 2-star Rock Crystal Magic Scorpions. Mission 2, after killing the elite Rock Crystal Scorpion, reward, random Rock Crystal equipment. After searching for a while, you find the Scorpion Swarm. In just a moment, the Barbarian Tortoise kills 60 magic scorpions. Meanwhile, the enraged Queen Scorpion also finds its way here. In an instant, it locks onto you. Even with the Barbarian Tortoise using blood-stained mode and giving its all, it is flipped over in an instant. Holy crap, no wonder killing 50 scorpions felt so easy. The real challenge was the boss. Just then, a system prompt sounds. Elite Beast detected. Enable Mercenary Beasts? You don't have time to read the instructions, and click Enable immediately. It turns out this feature allows the spirit beasts you've killed in the Ancient Realm to act as your hired thugs. The number of mercenary beasts is the number of spirit beasts you've eliminated. Looking at the thousands of serrated tigers and power tigers on the panel,
Taking down the Rock Crystal Queen Scorpion sure be a piece of cake.
but then you find out this damn system is a scam. Summoning mercenary beasts actually costs money. It costs 1 million per summon, and they can only fight for 10 minutes. If a mercenary beast dies, the next one can take its place. In other words, as long as there are enough spirit beasts, and they die fast enough, all mercenary beasts can be deployed within 10 minutes. You don't hesitate to start a war of attrition, employing the Beast C tactic. You spend another 3 million to summon 3 predatory tigers simultaneously for wear and tear. After losing over 1,000 predatory tigers, the Rock Crystal Queen Scorpion is finally exhausted. The Barbarian Tortoise and Iron-Eating Beast seize the chance to attack rapidly. Minutes later, the mission is complete. The attributes of the 2 spirit beasts have increased slightly. Your power also reaches 180 points, completely surpassing a Tier 2 warrior. At the same time, you pick up a beast taming skill book. Scorching Flame Armor, a defensive skill, applicable to spirit beasts with a carapace on their body. It can merge the fire within the body with the carapace, transforming it into a layer of scorching flame armor, greatly enhancing self-defense and adding a certain burn damage effect. Seeing this, you can't help but get excited. Isn't this custom made for the barbarian tortoise? Next, you look at the reward for Mission 2, Flame Spirit Scorpion Tail Blade. This is a weapon transformed from the Queen Scorpion's tail. It can only be equipped by spirit beasts. After considering for a moment, you give it to the barbarian tortoise. Then you challenge the legendary ancient realm again. Unexpectedly, after a series of battles, while other rewards remain unchanged, the random equipment from Mission 2 is still the scorpion tail. This time, you give the equipment to the iron-eating beast. After exiting the ancient realm, you hear the sound of an argument. Your adoptive mother is pointing forward angrily. Why won't you give us supplies? The person across is a staff member from the Jiang City Logistics Department, and it's none other than your ex-girlfriend, Liu Ryan. Blame your son, Long Tiansheng, if you must. No matter what you say today, it's impossible to give supplies to low-level trash like you. Her words cause resentment among the people around. But everyone is afraid to speak up despite their anger. After all, the logistics department is in charge of supplies. Liu Ryan gives a pile of supplies to her own mother. The woman immediately looks at your adoptive mother triumphantly. My daughter is so reliable. She was recruited by the logistics department before even graduating. Everyone casts envious glances. Someone even flatters her. She's truly a genius. You'll be enjoying a life of luxury for the rest of your days. Your adoptive mother clenches her fists in anger and directly grabs a few bags of supplies. The burly man distributing supplies immediately grabs your mother's hand, and Bailili simultaneously swings a slap toward your mother. At this moment, you stand in front of your mother. Liu Ryan was about to scold, but suddenly realizes it's you. Long Tiansheng, you're actually not dead?
Her voice turns shrill with shock.
Although she was eliminated early in the grand exam, she knew the exam was like a meat grinder. So she thought you were definitely dead. But she didn't expect you to still be alive. You don't say a word and send Liu Ryan flying with a slap. Seeing this, the burly man nearby, Zhao Shangzheng, instantly releases a powerful aura. The crowd steps back repeatedly, terrified by the pressure.
He's actually a Tier 3 power warrior.
In Jiang City, Tier 3 is considered near the front line. I think this mother and son are definitely in trouble. The crowd discusses fervently. Zhao Shangzheng's voice rings out. I'll give you a chance. Leave the shelter and I'll spare your lives. Otherwise, die right here. You are amused by the anger. Who do you think you are? The shelter was built by the state. The supplies are also arranged by the state. You're just a person distributing supplies, and you're acting like a tyrant? Is this shelter run by your family? Liu Ryan sees how stubborn you are, and feels a bit of schadenfreude. Long Tiansheng is in big trouble now. Sure enough, Zhao Shangzheng remains silent, and just throws a punch. You take half a step back and block it. The opponent then realizes, no wonder you're so arrogant. Turns out you're a Tier 2 warrior. Liu Ryan on the side looks surprised. Isn't he a Tier 2 beast tamer? Just as she is about to tell this to Zhao Shangzheng, Zhao Shangzheng has already attacked again. This punch carries a golden light as it smashes toward you. The law enforcement officers nearby can no longer sit still. Why is Zhao Shangzheng using skills against a student? A glint of green flashes in your eyes, and a beast summoning space appears behind you. The fierce-looking barbarian tortoise steps out, with a massive scorpion tail growing from its rear. As the scorching flame armor is activated, the opponent's punch hits the tortoise's dorsal carapace. Everyone thinks the tortoise is finished, but unexpectedly Zhao Shangjiang lets out a shrill scream. A layer of skin was burned off his hand. Before he can react, the massive scorpion tail swings directly over, sending him flying. Just as he gets up, the sharp scorpion tail is already suspended in front of him. His chest is instantly burned through. At this point, he no longer dares to make a move. The whole place is silent. This student actually toyed with a Tier 3 warrior. What's most shocking is, After being tempered by the ancient realm training ground yourself, you suddenly realize that Tier 3 warriors are actually quite weak. Under the intense pressure, Zhao Shangzheng quickly admits his mistake. I was wrong. I won't do it again. You have the barbarian tortoise press the scorpion tail against his chest. What did you do wrong? At this moment, you must make the other party admit their crimes. Otherwise, hitting someone from the logistics department, if truly investigated, the trouble would be huge. Zhao Shangzheng explains the reasons for his mistake in detail. I shouldn't have used my authority to discriminate against you. What else? You continue to press. I shouldn't have listened to Lu Ryan and her mother and teamed up with them to bully you. This conflict was all started by me. Only then are you satisfied. You take the supplies and return to your spot. Everyone watches you in silence. At this moment, you have become the god of the shelter. At this moment, the shelter door was suddenly knocked on. Just as everyone held their breath in anxiety, you braced yourself and opened the door. Turns out standing outside was none other than familiar faces. Wang Kaxuan and Yu Qiwao. There were also some ordinary people behind them. The moment Wang Kaxuan saw you, he got really excited too. At the same time, he brought you some unexpected news. It turned out that the traitor in the big exam was actually a proctor. After being bribed by the Ancient Beast Society, he secretly eliminated quite a few teams. Then he blamed all these incidents on the Yangcheng teams. You immediately realized how serious this was. It looks like the Ancient Society has been planning for a long time. Whether it's the Yangcheng team or the bribed proctor, they're all key pieces in their plans. Wang Kaxuan also felt a chill down his spine. Does that mean there could be Ancient Society members among us now? For example, in this very shelter. You're not too sure either. But since they've been planning for so long, there's no way it's just a few obvious traitors. Right then, you glanced at Yu Qiwao. You couldn't help but feel a little suspicious. You seem to have transferred to Yoshunoa in high school a year ago. Yu Qiwao quickly blushed and lowered her head. My dad brought me to Jiangcheng because of a work transfer. You wanted to keep asking, but Wang Kaxuan cut you off before you could speak. Long, how could you suspect Qiwao? We're all classmates who know each other well. Plus, she's shy and timid. How could she possibly be with the Ancient Beasts Society? You took a deep look at Yu Qiwao and chuckled, saying you just happened to ask. But why are you so protective of her? Could it be that you two... Wang Kaxuan's face instantly turned bright red. He hurried to explain it wasn't like that. Then dragged Yu Qiwao to get supplies quickly. Watching the two vanish from sight, you fell into deep thought. On the surface, Yu Qiwao seems weak and timid, and has nothing to do with the Ancient Beast Society. But that giant tree monster and Yu Qiwao's spirit beast actually share the same origin. Even though their spirit beasts aren't on the same level, there's definitely a traceable path in their evolution. Of course, there's no solid evidence right now. You buried that thought for now. At this moment, the fight between the army and the ancient beasts was reaching its climax. Who knows how much longer the battle outside will last. So to boost your strength as much as possible, you decided to use the last legendary ticket for the Ancient Realm Training Ground. Although you cleared the first legendary Ancient Realm, this time, no new instance appeared. But the description for the legendary Ancient Realm had changed. Legendary Do Tian Sacred Ape Mission. Defeat the Guardian of the Ancient Temple, Do Tian Sacred Ape. Reward, 1 drop of extraordinary 2-star regressive serum, and 1 Do Tian Sacred Ape Cub of legendary grade. At this you got really excited. After all, these are special pre-sale rewards from the Ancient Realm Training Ground. Definitely different from what's available on the market. You then checked out the intro for Do Tian Sacred Ape. Do Tian Sacred Ape's level, unknown. Traits, massive, majestic physique. Stands as tall as 100 feet. Muscle lines are distinct, like they were carved. Weapon, heavenly battle staff, forged from primordial divine iron. The staff glimmers with golden light. It contains boundless power. You couldn't help getting even more pumped. This is so much like the mythic figure you remembered from your past life. Could it really be the same one? With this presale reward, reaching the leaderboards should be a breeze. Plus, the fine print below also caught your eye. The Spirit Beast reward for legendary difficulty doesn't take up a presale slot for Beastmasters. You have to know, you can only form a contract with a third beast after reaching 500 spirit. If you clear this instance, you will become the first 2-star Beastmaster in history to contract 3 spirit beasts. In a crucial moment, that'll be your strongest backup. Thinking about this, you immediately entered the instance. Just as you arrived, you found yourself on a forest pathway. Ahead, there was an ancient road paved with blue stones. The sight of those stones made you nervous. How could fierce beasts even lay down smooth stone tiles? And these stones clearly showed signs of construction. Could there actually be people in the ancient realm training ground? At the same time, a mission panel popped up, telling the backstory of Dotian's sacred ape. After reading it, you went blank for a moment. People in ancient times were really that strong? They could even suppress a powerful species like the sacred ape? Wasn't it said that humanity was weak in the era of beast rampages? How come things are so different from what you imagined? Seems humans have some misunderstandings about history. You then took the ancient path and entered a forest. After passing through the woods, you found yourself inside a building. As soon as you stepped in, you saw a statue. The statue was holding a staff, just like the Dotian sacred ape from the myriad beast sword, but its feet were wrapped with thick iron chains. You couldn't help but admire the craftsmanship. It was almost lifelike. Just as you finished speaking, the statue's eyes turned gold. The stone skin on its body rapidly peeled away. In moments, its true appearance emerged. It turned out to be a living Dotian sacred ape. Once it awoke, it swung its staff right at you. Man-Turtle reacted instantly, pulling you behind him. With a resounding crash, Man-Turtle coughed up blood. Luckily, he blocked the fierce attack, and his fiery armor's high temperature forced the sacred ape back. Then the Iron Eater charged in, pounding the sacred ape fiercely with a barrage of iron fists. But with just one swing, the sacred ape sent the Iron Eater flying. Man-Turtle took over right away, charging and knocking the sacred ape off balance. It fell to the ground. Man-Turtle followed up with a crushing body slam. Zheng Yuan tried to dodge, but the chains limited his movements. You immediately decided to activate Fairy Tail mode for the first time. Then you pressed your palms together and started connecting with Man-Turtle. As Man-Turtle's appearance and battle habits appeared in your mind, your skin and back armor began to assimilate. The deeper your meditation, the more you took on Man-Turtle's attributes. Once your assimilation level reached the ultimate score, you gained 50% of Man-Turtle's basic stats and 30% of his defense. You could use his basic skills too. As you imitated Man-Turtle and roared, your score hit advanced. You received 80% of his attributes and 50% defense. Your strength surged from 200 to a whopping 800, far beyond most 2-star power spirit beasts. With blood soaked activated on your body, your strength instantly jumped to 2,400. You started your own blood armor rush against Sacred Ape, with both Man-Turtle and the Sacred Ape battling it out. Iron Eater somehow dragged in a pile of scrap metal and started feasting like crazy. After going totally berserk, it joined the fight too. You seized the chance and bit down on Sacred Ape's wrist. While in pain, the Sacred Ape started hammering you mercilessly. However, you endured the attacks and wrested the staff from its grip. Dizzy and battered, you were flung aside. Just as Fairy Tail mode wore off, you ended up looking beaten up and miserable. Almost got killed on the spot. If you died, the challenge would have ended right there. Congratulations, you achieved an advanced rating. Fairy Tail retains 10% of Man-Turtle's base stats. Strength plus 140, Speed plus 16, Spirit plus 10, Endurance plus 30. Geez, you knew Fairy Tail mode would retain stats, but didn't expect it to keep so much at once. Your strength spiked up to 430 in one go. Already close to a 3-star warrior. Meanwhile, without the staff, Sacred Ape's fighting ability plummeted. Shortly after, Man Turtle used his scorpion tail to seize his chance, injecting the sacred ape with a massive dose of fire poison. Moments later, Do Tian's sacred ape collapsed with a mighty thud, dropping a pile of various basic stats. At the same time, the system notification sounded. Congratulations, you've successfully defeated Do Tian's sacred ape 1/10,000th. Please claim your rewards. An extraordinary 2-star regressive serum and a legendary grade. Do Tian's sacred ape cub. You and your spirit beast also gained attribute boosts. Additionally, you received plus 1% exploration in the ancient realm. Achievement earned, Law of Heaven and Earth. Ancient Earth Rank Heavenly Battle Staff Skill Book. With such a massive information surge, you started to get really excited. Now you realized how valuable the ancient realm training ground truly was. Just 1% exploration gave you a warrior skill book, and it's Ancient Earth Rank, which is definitely even better than the current Earth Rank. Then, you began to examine your 1-star extraordinary Do Tian Sacred Ape. Bloodline, 100% ancient grade. Mastered basic staff technique and a refined iron staff. It hadn't shown the full power of the Heavenly Battle Staff yet, but it's already comparable to a profound tier artifact. Then its 4 core stats appeared before your eyes. Looking at those stats left you feeling dazed. Extraordinary alien strength and already over 200. This monkey is insanely up, holding back your excitement. You prepared to rank up Sacred Ape, because you just happen to have several bottles of extraordinary alien regressive serum. And Sacred Ape actually needed 5 bottles. Ultra-fast reversion requires 6 vials. Then you immediately use 6 vials of reversion serum. Moments later, a flash of light appears. Saint Yuan has visibly completed his reversion. Do Tian Saint Yuan's level is extraordinary. 2-star bloodline, 100% ancient grade. Features: humanoid form, tall and muscular. Height is about 30 feet. His muscles are even more developed. His physique is even more rugged, displaying even greater strength.
He already begins to exude the aura of a monster king.
Mastery of staff techniques, endlessly versatile. Weapon, refined iron staff. Innate skill, Dharma manifestation of heaven and earth. Normally, he is the size of an average adult. After using his Dharma manifestation, he can become 30 feet tall. All his stats are boosted 5-fold. Soon after, his mental attributes appear before your eyes. Your eyes nearly pop out. He only just reached extraordinary 2 stars, but his strength already broke 1,000. Plus, if he uses his Dharma manifestation again, he can instantly exceed 5,000. He's literally a martial artist monkey. Nothing can stop him now. He instantly becomes your strongest contracted beast. As you open your eyes in reality, you realize only a few minutes have passed outside. You then go to find your foster mother and tell her you want to go out and have a look. But before you can finish speaking, your foster mother immediately refuses. You're too young. You have no experience yet. Your strength simply can't influence the situation. Wang Kaksun comes over too. Dragon bro. Even tier 4 powerhouses face deadly risks out there. We tier 2 beastmasters don't stand a chance. Yu Kiwao also tries to persuade you. But your mind is made up. Your foster father is still out there. Even if you can't help much, you won't just hide here. Most beastmasters just contract spirit beasts, but you contracted Sun Wukong directly.
He's known as the ancient calamity beast on the surface.
Dozan Shang Yuan. But he's extremely similar to Sun Wukong. So the first thing you did after contracting him was revert him to extraordinary 2 stars. Then you planned to take him and conquer everywhere. But you never expected your foster mother in the shelter would strongly oppose it. A prosperous country is everyone's responsibility. Everyone's working hard to get stronger through the national exam, all to fight for humanity's survival. Her words deeply moved the enforcement division. One of them really believes in you, saying you can go out and help. Your mother's safety in the shelter is absolutely guaranteed. You see genuine sincerity and respect in their eyes. You then leave the blood-marked savage turtle to guard the shelter, to look after your foster mother, and head for the ravaged Jiangcheng without hesitation. Wang Kaxuan follows closely behind. Just after leaving the shelter, you notice the Sky Radiance class tree demon in the city center is completely blood red. Its branches are covered with dried up citizens. Wang Kaxuan is utterly shocked. The official reports say over 70,000 casualties. But there are far more bodies on the branches. No wonder they say Sky Radiance class beasts are unstoppable. Suddenly, a commotion in the distance catches your attention. You see several people in white, herding a crowd of citizens into an open space. The tree demon's branches instantly sweep in. The people are drained of their life essence in an instant. Your teeth clench in rage. This is the evil ancient beast cult. You quietly follow them, planning to rescue the civilians at the right moment. Along the way, Blonde asks the leading youth, "Brother Wen, can we really pull it off this time?" The key to reviving ancient beasts is activating their ferocious bloodline. The more sacrifices, the greater the chance it gets activated. The youth gives a cruel smile, until they break into a house and drive out all the ordinary people inside, killing anyone who resists on the spot. While a fat member is killing elsewhere, you have your iron-eating beast ambush him.
Taking care of him.
Once the leader notices, he charges over immediately. The gauntlets in his hands light up. This is a pugilist only Tier 4 warriors can take on that class. He attacks the iron-eating beast instantly. But the iron-eating beast already slipped away. What awaits the pugilist is a giant staff coming straight at him. The youth hurriedly blocks it. But then, seeing his attacker's face, he's secretly shocked. Because his opponent is a monkey with a hairy face and thunder god's beak. Humanoid in dress, but radiating primitive beast ferocity. He's a little confused, but still tentatively attacks Saint Yuan. Saint Yuan dodges like a phantom. Meanwhile, his long staff precisely counterattacks. Moments later, the youth is thoroughly beaten. Soon, Saint Yuan finds an opening and strikes hard at his wrist. His defense is severely compromised. The iron staff comes crashing down the next second. The youth dies on the spot. The remaining members are terrified. That was one of their operation's main leaders. And now he's just been taken out here. The others all try to escape. But they're stopped by the iron-eating beast and Saint Yuan. After interrogation, you finally learn. The ancient beast cult sent 7 squads, specifically to capture people as sacrifices to the tree demon, to activate the ancient beast bloodline. When you hear at least 300,000 people need to be fed, you and Wang Kaxun gasp. They're planning to sacrifice all of Zhangzheng. Enraged, you eliminate all remaining cult members. After calming down the civilians, you get ready to save people elsewhere. But just as you take a few steps, you run into wounded teachers from other schools. You immediately ask about the situation in the city. Turns out the rampaging spirit beasts were just brought under control. But the ancient beast cult is still making sacrifices all over the city. You want to defend Jiangcheng together with them, but they sternly refuse. In the future, I won't stop you from helping, but right now these enemies are beyond you. A female warrior teacher consoles you. Other teachers join in persuading you and your friends. Suddenly, screams ring out from nearby. Several teachers hurry toward the sound. You follow from a distance. In a collapsed neighborhood, a group of people is being herded forward by 3 demon wolves. Controlling the demon wolves is a one-eyed wolf master on the wanted list. A few fierce members call him Wolfbro. The school teacher arrives to see what's going on. He doesn't take the teachers seriously at all. Protecting Jiangsheng is our duty. Beastmaster Zhang Heoquan looks serious. Well, what a coincidence, because destroying Jiangcheng is our job. As soon as he finishes, the 3 demon wolves close in on Zhang Heoquan's beast. He's under tremendous pressure. The other 2 teachers step up to share the burden. But Wolfbro just waves his hand. 2 extraordinary 3-star demon wolves charge at them. The female warrior immediately uses gun techniques to fight back. But the demon wolves are lightning fast. One bites the gun, knocking her down. Then claws lunge straight for her eyes. At the critical moment, the elementalist is also entangled by demon wolves. Zhang Heoquan tries to assist, when the beast dimension appears behind Wolfbro again. A gigantic Volf head emerges next. Its terrifying presence suffocates everyone. As soon as it appears, it pounces on the two spirit beasts. With one claw, it pins the bull demon underfoot. And with one bite, it crushes half the giant ant. Zhang Haoquan is utterly stunned. A fly battle Volf, elite 1-star. His strength can easily crush all professions of the same rank. Everyone from the ancient beast society cheered wildly. Meanwhile, the female teacher Lin Fei was already at her limit. Cracks began to appear on her spear. Suddenly, a loud shout came from behind. A lazy pig actually charged towards the demon Volf. Its small body managed to knock the demon Volf several meters away. Yu Lingfei quickly got up. He looked behind him, only to realize it was actually Yu and Wang Koksuan. In that instant, the demon Volf locked onto him. His back was completely exposed. The sharp claws tore through Yu Lingfei's armor. Just as the demon Volf was about to finish him off, a crimson scorpion tail lashed over. Its tip precisely pierced the demon Volf's eye. At the same time, a torrent of flames was injected. The demon Volf instantly collapsed to the ground, barely clinging to life. Everyone's attention was drawn to the Iron Eater's scorpion tail. Extraordinary Rank 2 defeated in an instant. Zhang Haoquan, an extraordinary Rank 3, couldn't believe his eyes. He knew you were extremely talented. But because of your family's financial situation, you bought a discarded spirit beast. But this spirit beast is simply unbelievably strong. Alright, the Volf brother on the other side was heartbroken. Even though he's a Rank 4 beast tamer, raising an extraordinary Rank 3 demon Volf also takes a lot of resources. Not to mention that was his reserve quasi-elite spirit beast. With a single command from him, the other members of the Ancient Beasts Society all charged at Yu and Wang Koksuan. Yu Lingfei stood in front of you too, protecting you even with a broken arm. Teacher, let me borrow your weapon system. Learning the skyfighting staff skill. You picked up the spear from his hand. At this moment, that warrior skill book finally came in handy. Learning complete. You've reached the first layer's grandmastery. Vast experience and memories of staff techniques flooded into your mind. Your blood ki erupted powerfully. In just a few exchanges, you battered the enemies to a bloody mess. Most of the Ancient Beasts Society members are warriors, but their weapons and skills are rather crude, so they're no match for you at all. The few remaining were terrified. At that moment, a warrior holding a gigantic axe stepped forward. He was a head taller than the others. The massive axe in his hands was clearly extraordinary. He instantly killed Teacher Liu, who was blocking the way as soon as he appeared. The others' faces turned pale with terror. Teacher Liu and Zhang Haoquan are the pillars of the squad. They are destined to be unable to leave next. Run quickly, don't look back. Leave this to us. Yu Lingfei's face was ashen. She turned back and shouted, "We teachers are still here. How can we let our students risk their lives?" You feel a sudden pang of sadness in your heart. Ancient beasts sacrifice their own kind to the ancient tree like livestock, while teachers are willing to give their lives to protect their students. Thank you for wanting to protect me, but we are not flowers in a greenhouse. At this moment, you prepare to unleash your full strength. Don't worry. Brother Long just wiped out an entire squad by himself. Wang Koksuan leaned toward Yu Lingfei's ear and whispered softly. Seeing you approaching, Brother Lang suddenly began to grin hideously. He commanded the dual-axe warrior to attack you. You focus all your strength into your waist. The iron rod in your hand strikes like lightning, creating a vibration. The force is so great that the axe warrior's right axe is shaken loose. You seize the opportunity to strike the opponent's wrist. His right hand is instantly shattered. As the intense pain distracts him, you turn the tip of the spear forward, piercing through his skull in one direct blow. The entire scene falls deathly silent. A newly graduated beast tamer actually killed a Rank 3 warrior. But only you know clearly that 450 points of strength cannot shake him directly. However, your technical skill proficiency is very high. The power is doubled after being perfectly released, allowing you to kill the opponent in a short time. Seeing his team members almost wiped out, Brother Lang can no longer sit still. Kid, you're looking for death. Instantly, the fly werewolf changes direction and charges at you. The beast space behind you snaps open. A massive club falls directly out of it, forcing the werewolf back on the spot. At the same time, a golden yuan beast walks out. Everyone is astonished. What kind of spirit beast is this? Why does it give off such a hair-raising feeling? A mere extraordinary 2-star spirit beast. Werewolf, go eat it. Brother Lang frowns slightly. Shang Yuan dismissively beckons toward the werewolf. At the gesture, the werewolf bares its teeth and lunges. Shang Yuan leaps high into the air, holding the iron club above its head. It not only dodges the werewolf's massive maul, but also swings the iron club fiercely toward the opponent's head. The werewolf turns to bite, bringing its mouth into intimate contact with the iron club. In an instant, 2 sharp fangs are snapped off. Everyone is dumbfounded. An extraordinary 2-star, actually fighting to a draw with an elite-level spirit beast. With a thought from you, Shang Yuan immediately roars toward the sky. The golden light on its body grows even brighter. Its body swells to 30 feet tall. Its aura explodes 5-fold. Manifestation of heaven and earth is unleashed. The entire crowd is terrified, because even among heaven-tier spirit beasts, no one has seen one that can change size to increase strength. This original beast is very likely a rare variant spirit beast. Brother Lang also gnashed his teeth inwardly. This guy's spirit beasts. How are they all mutating in such a positive direction? Could he have mastered some secret formula for mutation? He then ordered the werewolf to capture it alive. I want to take him back for research. But the werewolf fails to take down Shang Yuan for a long time. On the contrary, Shang Yuan fights more bravely as the battle goes on. All attributes are greatly enhanced after the transformation. After exhausting the opponent for some time, the fly werewolf makes a single slip. Shang Yuan seizes the opportunity, flicks the club, and knocks the werewolf down. At the same time, runes begin to glow on the surface of the iron club. The club begins to grow larger and longer, carrying the power to destroy the world. It smashes down heavily toward the werewolf. The werewolf's body is torn apart upon impact. The onlookers' scalps tingle with fear. An extraordinary 2-star actually killed an elite-level variant. There has never been such a ridiculous occurrence in history. Brother Lang's face is extremely distorted, and he collapses to the ground. Zhang Haoquan and the others run over quickly and subdue Brother Lang. Suddenly, a loud noise echoes from the sky. Everyone immediately looks up. They see a massive sword keep piercing through the firmament, hitting the tree's trunk like a nuclear weapon. Could this be a heaven-shining level swordmaster? Jiang City is finally saved. Yu Lingfei and the others are overjoyed. Your mouth hangs wide open, stunned like a wooden chicken. This is clearly your adoptive father's sword key. Suddenly, the tree lets out a low moan, and the entire Jiang City begins to tremble violently. Its countless branches and leaves coil toward your father Lin Changfeng, forming a red astral wind that blots out the sun. But Lin Changfeng merely takes a step forward and shatters the red astral wind directly. You watch with surging blood. Dad is truly strong. At the same time, the sword key in Lin Changfeng's hand appears pure white, and space begins to become increasingly unstable. After sensing a fatal threat, the tree immediately resists desperately. But everywhere the sword key passes, space is severed. The tree tries to resist, but the moment its branches make contact, they turn to fine powder. It is as if a crimson rain of blood is falling from the sky. With a roar from Lin Changfeng,
He charges toward the tree, carrying endless sword intent.
a booming sound rings out, and the tree is split in two. The shockwave levels the surroundings. The people of Jiang City finally see the sky they haven't seen for a long time. Lin Changfeng, you betrayed the ancient beasts' society. The great priest will not let you off. At this time, someone from the ancient beast society shouts angrily. Hearing these words, you are instantly frozen in place. Your mind goes completely blank. Others call your adoptive father Lin Deyu, But you know his real name is Lin Changfeng. But what does betraying the ancient beasts of society mean? You look toward your adoptive father with a complex gaze. Although you are far apart, he seems to feel your gaze and shows a complicated smile. Immediately after coughing up several mouthfuls of blood, he disappears from the spot. You have an illusion that this might be the last time you see your adoptive father. The ancient beast of society begins to retreat. The disaster subsides. The military and law enforcement division begin to rescue civilians. But you immediately return to the shelter to find your adoptive mother, to ask what exactly happened with your father. Unexpectedly, your adoptive mother actually tells you a shocking secret. She was the daughter of the top official in Linjiang province, holding status and resources that others could only dream of. Yet she disdained the praise and admiration of ordinary people. Instead, she focused her gaze on you, a poor boy. Not only did she specifically sit with you on the way to school, but she even leaned into your ear on purpose, asking a secret that was buried deep in your heart. After the ancient beasts of society retreated and the disaster subsided, you went immediately to find your adoptive mother, to ask about Lin Changfeng's true identity. Unexpectedly, your adoptive mother revealed a shocking secret. This matter actually concerns your origins. Back then, your mother Ji Yan was a famous beauty and had some entanglements of love and hate with Lin Changfeng and Long Zhenbang. Although she eventually married Long Zhenbang and gave birth to you, when you and your mother were captured by the ancient beasts of society, it was Lin Changfeng who acted first.
He joined the ancient beast society just to save you.
But something happened later, and one night, he appeared at my door holding you in his arms. However, he once said that your biological mother might still be alive. Regarding your biological mother and father, you actually don't have much emotion. In fact, you feel a deeper bond with your adoptive parents. But when you heard your birth mother might be locked up in the ancient beasts of society, you still felt an inexplicable urge. Then your adoptive mother handed you a note. It had the contact information of Lin Changfeng's friend. He can help take care of your life a bit. From now on, you have to live on your own. You wanted to ask your adoptive mother to go with you, but she just shook her head. I need to stay here and wait for your father to come back. Otherwise, he'll be worried. Just as you were about to say you were concerned for her safety, you saw energy gathering at her fingertips. With a gentle swipe, she sliced through the wall. Watching the house collapse, you were a bit stunned. Yet, at that moment, your adoptive mother hugged you tightly. There are a lot of things you don't understand right now. Bedrock didn't abandon you on purpose. I also had no choice but to hide my strength. Even Long Zhenbang might not be as bad as you think. I originally wanted you to live as an ordinary person. But too many people have already discovered you're extraordinary. So you have to keep moving forward on this path. Now that you're involved in this game, all you can do is give it your all. You were shocked by your adoptive mother's immense strength. But what exactly is the game they were talking about? Is it possible even someone this strong can't protect you? It seems you really do need to see more of the outside world. A few days later, the school held a graduation ceremony. Many people stayed in the exam area. They were lucky enough to avoid the disaster in Zhang City. At the same time, the principal announced looser admissions for the entrance exams. The number was directly increased to 30. All the students instantly got excited. After all, in past years, even if you combined all 3 middle schools, they still didn't have that many slots. Hearing this, you suddenly remembered something. After looking around, you quietly lowered your head. Wang Kaxuan beside you also noticed something was off. Because exactly 30 people survived the final exam. The survival rate was the lowest in history. No wonder the policy was so relaxed this time. Just as he was about to point out his discovery, you quickly stopped him. After all, everyone was still caught up in the happy atmosphere. That was probably the reason for the arrangement from above. After the graduation ceremony ended, you and Wang Kaxuan were called to the principal's office. As soon as you walked in, the principal praised your actions. After all, the two of you stopped Brother Wolf and his group's ritual. Then the principal looked at you seriously. You must keep the fact that you killed the elite members of the Ancient Beast Society a secret. Otherwise, you might face retaliation once you leave. Next, the two of you were led into a secret passage. There was actually a deep corridor inside. It turned out to be the school's underground treasury. There were plenty of spirit beast skill books and equipment inside. Wang Kaksuan's eyes lit up immediately. Are all these for us? The principal was a bit tempted to smack him when he heard that. You're overthinking it. The school isn't as rich as your family. You two can each pick one item. After a dazzling round of picking, Wang Kaksuan took a pre-sale skill book with Earth attribute. And you picked a rod without any idea what material it was made of. After all, you'll need a fitting weapon when you assimilate the sacred origin stone. You can't do it without a good weapon. The principal's face turned green at that moment, because that rod was actually the treasury's true centerpiece. It's a top-tier Earth-grade weapon, but at that moment he could only grit his teeth and let you have it. A few days later, the bus to Linjiang City departed, escorted by Longyan Task Force along the way. Some show-offs didn't want to squeeze in with everyone else, so they drove their private cars and followed behind. That way, it's a bit safer after all. Unexpectedly, just as the bus was about to leave, Su Qing walked right up. Everyone stared in surprise. No one's expected Princess Su to ride the bus with them. But Su Qing didn't look at anyone. She headed straight for the row where you and Wang Kaksuan were. Then she sat by the window. Your row instantly became the center of attention. Wang Kaksuan was a little curious now. Su Qing, why didn't you ride in your private car? You joked. Is it because you wanted to sit with me? So you gave up the more comfortable private car. But as you were laughing, your smile froze, because Su Qing was staring directly at you and getting closer. Until your faces were less than 8 inches apart, she finally stopped. Just as you were struggling with the closeness, Su Qing suddenly leaned to your ear, so close her nose touched your ear. Then, in a barely audible whisper, I heard you killed a Tier 4 beast tamer from the Ancient Beasts Society. Hearing that, your heart tensed. The principal and several teachers had warned you about this too many times. Absolutely, do not let outsiders know. You tilted your head slightly to Su Qing. Didn't expect it. You were so close. Your lips seemed to brush hers. Su Qing's pretty face instantly reddened. She nervously pulled her head back at the same time. And you got a murderous stare in return. You quickly apologized and changed the subject. Su Qing, you're joking again. How could I kill a Tier 4 beast tamer? You know how strong elite spirit beasts are. None of our students could defeat such a tough opponent. Su Qing's eyes twitched. She gave you a glare, as if to say, do you think I'll believe you? Students in the back row were buzzing. What were those two just doing? From behind, it looked like Su Qing gave Tiansheng a kiss. Then Tiansheng actually kissed her back. Since when did these two become a thing? Tiansheng, that broke kid, actually climbed the social ladder. That's the governor's daughter from Linjiang Prefecture. Countless people are trying to get close to her, but can't even get a foot in the door. Looks like he passed the big exam, just because he got close to Su Qing. So jealous. When the bus stopped at a rest area, something unexpected happened. The Longyan Task Force was resting and having lunch. You spotted the female member you had scolded. She was energetically acting out something with the other team members. Curious, you walked over, only to find she was performing the scene of you scolding her. Good thing you weren't there then. That student had a resentful expression, making it look like I dumped her or something. And she put on a serious face and demanded, what's the point of joining you guys? You can't even protect Zhang Cheng. She kept a stern face, imitating your voice. A male team member immediately asked coldly, who is that cocky student? If I see them, I'm definitely gonna teach them a lesson. Let them see what the Longyan Task Force is about. At that moment, you started to panic. You quickly turned to leave. But the female member spotted you instantly. A sly glint flashed in her eyes, and she rushed over, grabbing your shirt, yanking you toward her. even though you're a straight A student with 500 strength points. In her hands, you were like a helpless chick. Then she pointed at you and shouted, "He's the one! He's the one who asked what's the point of joining us." Can't even protect a Zhang Cheng. Your head felt like it was about to explode. You could only awkwardly greet everyone. Unexpectedly, a burly man came over, his massive frame like a mountain. "Kid, it was you. Calling the Longyan task force useless, huh? Saying we're trash, worthless, wasting national resources just for show." Hearing that, you were confused. You immediately glanced at the female team member. She gave you a devilish grin. Turns out she exaggerated the story. Your scalp tingled instantly. What now? You, a broke student who hasn't even gotten into the advanced pre-sale academy yet, received an invitation from the strongest special ops team. But before you could celebrate for even 2 seconds, your arch-rival mocked you, calling you a country bumpkin. He even pulled out a superb grade 3-star spirit beast to challenge you. All you did was snap your fingers, and 3 seconds later, he kneeled before you on the spot. When the female team member from Longyan Task Force grabbed you, everyone thought you'd stick to your attitude. But you immediately started apologizing to them. "I didn't know how bad things were in Zhangcheng. That's why I said those things. It was my fault for misunderstanding you guys." Your honesty stunned the task force. Female member Lin Yu suddenly felt a twinge of guilt. "Actually, it's been tough for us too. We've done our best, but the casualties were far beyond expectations. We will try our best to get stronger and protect Zhangcheng." After saying that, tears slid down her face. The Longyan task force fell into painful memories. Just then, a middle-aged man walked over. "I heard from Lin Yu you defended a hospital and protected many survivors. If you get the chance, you're welcome to try joining the Longyan task force." Other escort teams were shocked. Lin Yu smiled and handed you an invitation letter. "You won't reject us again, will you?" You scratched your head, feeling a bit embarrassed. "If I get the chance, I would definitely join." Then Lin Yu watched you leave, with a charming smile. You walked back to your table with the invitation, swaggering. Everyone was giving you different looks. After all, you aren't even graduated yet. There are really too few people who can just get the job done. But Su Qing next to you quickly poured cold water on your excitement. Every year they offer opportunities to students from various universities. They extend an olive branch. But only 1% actually join, because there are only limited spots available. And all the competitors are the elite from top universities. Your CPU almost overheated. So basically, you just got a chance to take the exam. No wonder Lin Yu is grinning so mischievously. Suddenly, a voice broke the harmonious atmosphere. Some people are just ignorant. Even if they manage to pass the big test by luck, they're still just frogs at the bottom of a well. Just then, Bai Lily and Liu Yunru walked over side by side. Surprisingly, they treated a common exam qualification as if it were official admission. A frog at the bottom of a well is always a frog at the bottom of a well. Bai Lily kept on mocking. A trace of anger flashed in your eyes. This instantly reminded him of his experience at the shelter. He quickly hid behind Liu Yanrui. "Young Master Liu, protect me. He's trying to hit me again." Liu Yanrui was just looking for a chance to show off. He instantly summoned a fox engulfed in flames. The onlookers were a bit surprised. Even Wang Kaksuan and the others couldn't believe it. Swallowtail Demon Fox. This guy actually evolved his beast companion to extraordinary 3-star. No wonder he suddenly has the guts to challenge Brother Long. The Longyan task force was eating melon seeds and watching from the side. Looks like our intel was spot on. Liu Yanuri's strength is at least upper tier. This is a promising candidate worth noting, the middle-aged captain said with some satisfaction. However, Lin Yu next to him disagreed. "I don't see it the same way as you guys. I think Long Tiansheng is even more worth our attention." Suddenly, a young man jumped out from the side. "Sister Lin, how about we make a bet? Let's see who is stronger, Long Tiansheng or Liu Yanrui. If I win, you'll be my girlfriend. If you win, I'll give you my prized John Tier spear. So, what do you say?" Of course, Lin Yu's fiery temper couldn't stand it. Fine, let's bet. Hearing that, the young man instantly perked up. After all, Lin Yu has countless admirers. If she became his girlfriend, that would be a dream come true. Seeing this, the young man immediately shouted at Liu Yanrui. If you defeat Long Tiansheng, I'll give you a bottle of extraordinary 3-star evolution serum. Liu Yanrui was stunned for a moment when he heard that. This is really putting him on the spot. But honestly, this worked right into his favor. I definitely won't let you down. Later, I'm going to make Long Tiansheng regret it. Lin Yu instantly exploded from the side. Wang Xikong, you're cheating. Seeing this, Lin Yu couldn't hold back either. He yelled loudly, Tiansheng. As long as you win against him, I'll also give you a bottle of extraordinary 3-star purification liquid. As soon as these words were spoken, the whole place erupted. 3-star purification serum is worth $1 million. The Longyan special squad really does spend big. However, you were glaringly displeased. Purification liquid isn't enough to make me participate. I want 2 spirit cultivation pills. You heard that, and was immediately at a loss for words. 1 spirit cultivation pill is already as valuable as an evolution serum. And you asked for 2 straight up. But for the spear, he agreed without hesitation. Su Qing looked at Lin Yu surprised. This girl is really willing to pay such a price for Tiansheng. On the field, Liu Yanrui sneered. You won't be so lucky this time. With a grin, you snapped your fingers. Beast Space suddenly appeared. Man Turtle and Iron-Eating Beast both showed up. Everyone immediately understood. No wonder Long Tiansheng is so confident. Turns out he has 2 extraordinary 2-star beasts. That's definitely top-tier strength. The Longyan Special Squad members also became serious. But Wang Xikong still didn't care. You really think 2 DJ beasts can defeat the Swallowtail Demon Fox? Lin Yu, what do you think? Lin Yu stayed silent. Because right now he was honestly a bit regretful.
He didn't care about the spirit cultivation pills.
But Long Tiansheng has such little chance of winning. If he loses, he'd have to be the girlfriend of that playboy. It'd be better to kill him than that. Meanwhile, on the other side, Liu Yanrui started the fight. He ordered the Swallowtail Demon Fox to attack. Burn them for me. The demon fox swept its tail forcefully, and a massive burst of flames shot out. Everyone expected the 2 jade beasts to flee in panic. But instead, you yelled at Man Turtle. Burn through it. In an instant, Man Turtle dashed out. Lava-like liquid started flowing over its shell. A surge of intense heat rose up suddenly. Meanwhile, the scorpion tail lashed out at lightning speed. The demon fox was startled. It adjusted its body and dodged the scorpion tail. The next second, a massive shadow appeared above the demon fox's head. Man Turtle was spinning at high speed, crashing down. The tremendous force held the swallowtail demon fox firmly in place. The lava-like heat seared its skin open. Liu Yanrui's face turned pale instantly. How is an extraordinary 3-star getting overwhelmed like this? Then, something utterly horrifying happened. The scorpion tail stabbed straight into the demon fox's head. Hot molten lava instantly injected. The demon fox only screamed twice, then quickly fell silent. The entire place was dead silent. The swallowtail demon fox actually died just like that. Extraordinary 3-star was killed by a 2-star beast. That's definitely not some trash retail beast. Even among its tier, it's above average. The most shocked were the Longyan Special Squad. Wang Xikong was holding his head in disbelief. Lin Yu was way too excited. She rushed in and gave you a huge hug. Female warriors' figures really are incredible. Suddenly, you felt a chill on your back. You saw Su Qing staring at you coldly. Lin Yu also noticed Su Qing's gaze. The 2 girls locked eyes. You hurried to shift their attention. Don't forget to give me the spirit cultivation pills you promised. Lin Yu glared at you, unimpressed. She even hugged you. And you're still thinking about spirit cultivation pills? You quickly put distance between you 2? I didn't ask you to hug me. You aren't even that attractive. Don't even think about using this to pay off your debt. Lin Yu pouted, a bit angry. She then slapped 2 pills right into your hand. Wow. Wow. She even carries something worth 10 million with her. Lin Yu isn't just a simple team member. Just then, a guy from the Longyan Special Squad mocked. What a sly kid. You do have your dumb moments. Since you got Lin Yu, the rich girl, you could eat pills like candy and be fine. After hearing the implication, you retorted coldly, rich? No one's richer than my Su Qing. Everyone instantly looked at you. Did he already hook up with Su Qing, the ultra-rich girl? So that's why he doesn't care about Lin Yu, the rich girl. This is big news. All the male classmates now wish they could tear you apart. But you turned and left, without explaining. Su Qing frowned quietly nearby. Saying these opportunistic things, you'll be the one to suffer in the end. After the convoy started again, they drove for 7 days and nights straight. You finally arrived at Lijiang City. The students broke into small groups to check in. Behind you, Fang Anhe and Zhao Zhigang were there too. They stood behind Liu Yanrui. A group of people were all giving you unfriendly looks. Liu Yanrui's eyes turned bloodshot. This time, I'll make him pay. In Lijiang City, with no connections or resources, it's as easy as squashing an ant. You and your group struggled, but finally arrived at the Higher Beast University. The school's gates looked like a giant beast coiled up. Under the sunlight, they shimmered with an ancient and majestic aura. The characters for Longyuan Beast Academy radiated strong spiritual energy. Heading inside, at the center of the plaza stood a huge jade beast statue. The statue stood tall. Its gaze was deep. Various divine beast illusions surrounded it. Just as you wondered who the statue was of, a voice rang out. That was a legendary principal of Beast Academy.
He was a Tianyao tier beastmaster.
He died deep in Longyuan, so the statue was made to commemorate him. Then a red-haired senior sister walked over with a smile. Hello, my name is Tuyaki. I'm a second-year student with Wind Affinity. I'm your senior. Welcome to Longjuanjing Advanced Beastmaster Academy.